Is it true there's a bowl of Vicodins in the weight room by the door?
No, there used to be.
There is.
They cracked down on that. Oh, that's a good. I might have to come over.
We have them here in a little bowl. We can't get it to you.
Okay, guys, we're already laughing. It's Spade and Carvey, and we're starting Superfly.
Yeah, we're always in a good mood on Superfly.
Always chuckling away. Look at me. I got a green background. My hair is really like it's like a helmet.
Well, it actually looks kind of movie star ready, I would say.
Oh,
you could play kind of a badass with that hair, like, with a gun and stuff. Like,
actually, I'm working on a new impression. I'm going to do it for you at the end.
Okay. So what? Now, usually we haven't seen each other in a few days. So what's been going on with you? What's always
my
have
weekend?
Some weird thing happened.
I'm still doing my tour. I was in Spokane this weekend. Beautiful crowd. I stayed at the hotel right next to it, and so every single person in that hotel was at the show. I'm walking around. Oh my God, your show is unbelievable. Blah 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 blah. Yeah. Genius, blah blah. Best show in my life.
Better than anyone else. Blah blah.
Blah.
Bill Burr, no, you're the best.
Blah blah. Everyone else is horrible. Blah blah. So whatever. I don't even remember. But I remember that part. Yeah. So anyway, someone goes, "You's from Spokane, big star Sydney Sweeney." I go, "Oh yeah, she is a big star. Oh, she's from here. She isn't really shocking. Everyone's from somewhere, and that girl. She's on Euphoria.
Okay,
she's a big deal. She's in in 2 movies out right now." So I said, "Oh, great." Yeah. And then Bobby's downstairs with some guys, and they're like,
"Your opener?"
My opener, Bobby Mimoda, and they said, "Oh, we love soccer. You talk about it in your act. By the way, his sister's a big star here." And he goes, "Oh," and then he kept saying it, so he finally goes, "Who? Sydney Sweeney. How do you like them apples?" And he's like, "She is a big star." So I go to the airport and I go to the driver.
He literally said, "How do you like them apples?"
Yeah. And that's a good way to, let him know like I wasn't bullshitting.
Okay.
And I say to the driver, I heard his bullshit about Sydney Sweeney. He goes, "Oh yeah, I did a play with her." And I'm like, by the way, I'm sure the play business is big up in,
Spokane, Washington.
Spokane outskirts. Yeah. So I said, "Oh, great." So I get on my flight and the lady from United, it's like, blah, blah. I heard the show is great, blah, blah, whatever. And then she goes, "Oh, you know who's on your flight? Sydney Sweeney." I go, I can't hear more about this girl. So I get on and lo and behold, how about them apples? She's sitting right behind me.
Wait a minute. Sydney Sweeney is in Spokane after all this and she's sitting behind you?
Yeah, there she is. See that? Gorgeous. So she's sitting behind me with like her boyfriend or something. And actually, she was in coach, but her boobs were in first. Anyway,
can you say that? Canceled.
I mean, I have to throw in one boob joke about her.
Oh, she's very lovely. I mean, she's displaying them. If we don't notice them, that would be kind of odd. I mean,
Yeah, I think they were buried in the hoodie in this trip. But she had her hat down. So the stupid story is, I don't say anything to her. I don't know what to say. What's there to say? Hey, are we both in showbiz? Fine.
Big fan.
I could have said that.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Everyone likes that. That's fine. But it was just awkward. I didn't know what to say. So I lose my 5-hour energy, the one of the things.
Yeah.
And it's a big panic for me. So I'm on the ground looking. And so I crawl around and I go, "Hey, you guys see 5 energy on these parts?" And then you're
on all fours crawling down the aisle before takeoff.
Yeah. No, during the flight.
During the flight, you're on all four. Okay.
Yeah. And everyone's like, "Quit looking for attention." And I was. But I was looking really for this.
Right.
And then she goes, "No." And then she goes, "Do you do a show here?" And I go, "Yeah." And everyone's like, "You's from here, Sydney Sweeney." And she goes, "Oh, I know." And I go, "I actually met your brother. I guess, does he live here?" And she goes, "Well, he's in the Army." And I go, "Is he not here?" And she goes, "No." And I'm like, well, some guy, that's his claim to fame, is he's lying about that. The funniest thing to lie about.
Did the whole plane break out into Sydney Sweeney? But she's from Spokane, Washington. I was
from Spokane,
British. I thought
we land. No, she's a
British
all-American.
All
And then
right.
we land, and I've got the whole plane involved now because some lady in the back goes, "Found it." Found my fucking stupid 5-hour, hands it down
Mm-hmm.
past Sydney. I
All
get
over
it.
the head.
This is
Everyone's touching it.
everyone's touching, smothered in COVID and Omicron. And I shake it. I go, "It's a little light. I guess you took a few gulps. That's your reward." Fucking crickets. Then
What
no,
a flight.
no one laughs. And then I we're about to leave. And anyway, the point of this whole story, which is absolutely none, is that
Okay.
we're both on dog shit Delta. Whatever. Fine. We're on some puddle
What?
jumper. But the point of the story is she is hosting SNL this week. I didn't know that, and she didn't say it.
Huh.
And I have a feeling she didn't either want to brag or does not know I was on SNL, which is very likely. She's
Well,
like
she's
11
maybe
years old.
24.
Yeah.
or
She's probably
something.
24.
Yeah.
We'll look it up, but it doesn't matter.
Mhm.
And in those situations, I don't really introduce myself. Sometimes I say, "Hey, I'm David." But when you meet other people, do you say your name, Dana? Go.
No, because I've always been at like if I walked around dressed as Garth, I get a lot more attention.
You
Because
don't?
I can change my what? Look at my face right now, and then assume I have sunglasses on. Like, who's this?
Right. You can't tell.
I can hide myself in plain sight, but I'll get people sometimes on a flight. And they'll be, "Are you who I think you are? Are you that guy? Or are you?" I go, "What, Jesus?" They go, "No." Are you?
Are you the main guy? Jesus.
But I don't judge. If they tag me and it's like, "Hey, it's a 7-hour flight, elbow to elbow. Hey,
Yeah.
how do you guys come up with those sketches you do on that Saturday Night Live there show?" So I give into it. We have drinks, we talk, and we go over the history of SNL. And then I said I left 49 years ago. They're like, "Well,
they ask if you're still on."
The guy says, "Well, that's not so fun." The funniest one I had was first class on Virgin America years ago. Big club seats, giant seats, but Paul Bunyan sat next to me. I'm not saying anybody fat. I'm saying a triple sized man with shorts, calves this big. He took the whole thing. They came around for ordering, and he said, "Oh, I want of each." So he got every entree. I'll have them all.
You're
So we
right.
had the sandwich, the lasagna, the thing. So if you get stuck next to Paul Bunyan, just go with it.
You go, and he goes, "You're gonna eat that cookie.
You eat that cookie.
You're gonna eat that cookie."
Hey, it sounds
Sling
like-
blade.
sounds
Sling
like-
blade.
Some folks call it a sling blade. How much you want for them? I
I
reckon
was
I'll take the taters.
I'll always do Billy Bob Thornton if I'm asked.
I was pushing you to do sling blade. By the way, Dana, talk about tough guy. I know I'm not that tough, and on TV I come off like a hard ass tough guy athlete.
Definitely.
But in real life, we're not showing enough of
fighter.
my sweater. It looks like it's from the fucking Gap, but it's not.
The Happy Days called and wants their wardrobe back. That's the show from 1978.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So
Old
fucking-
reference lost on younger viewers. Okay.
I'm driving my 95 Land Cruiser, which I don't want to say how old I am, but I bought it new. I wasn't old, but I bought it new. So 95 had this whole time. I'm driving down the street the other night when it's starting to rain. It conks out on me at a light on Sunset. Now there's 2 lanes. So I'm in the left lane, which is the faster lane,
Okay.
Conks out. I can't get it going. I'm like, now it's raining. I get out of the car. I look around and I go back to my crummy days when I was like a busboy, and I have old cars, from 16 years old, like 25.
Junkers.
And I always had to push start them or jump them, so this would happen a lot. So I open the door and cars like skidding, and now it's raining and I don't want to get hit. I can't leave it with the hazards in the middle of the lane. So I start rocking it. I put it neutral and I start yanking. You don't have power steering in this situation. So I yank it.
It's a Land Cruiser you're trying to push?
Yes. With my pin
Okay.
arms, stick legs. I do have Carrie Underwood calves. We know that. But I'm
You could
pushing.
come from the calves.
And I
Yeah.
start to go, I got a green light. I'm going to go and try to take an illegal left because it was slightly more downhill to go to the left than the right, but slightly like this, barely. And I go, there's no way I can push it up, even if it's 1 inch. So I rock it and it moves and I start to push it like a fucking monster. I'm pushing. No one gives a fat fuck. They're all just like beeping and get out of the way. And I'm like,
No one's helping.
I'm in grown-ups. Help me. No one cares.
Just shoot me, guy.
I'm dead. Bench for. So I get in the middle and then it turns
World
red.
Missy.
Wrong miss.
Mhm.
Ah,
Wrong Missy.
Cusco llama. And they don't help me. And now I'm in the middle of the light and I'm resting. And now no one can go.
Jeez.
And so I hold up my hand, international sign of don't run me over, whatever. I start rocking it again. I turn on my Carrie Underwood calves and I start to go left with no one's helping, none. And I help people. I've actually jumped out and helped people. And I start to turn and then I get in and crank the wheel, get out again. Everyone's like, what's going on? That guy looks like he's in they go, who is that girl? So anyway, why are you letting, even if you think I'm a girl,
Thomas.
why are you letting a girl push it? They're like, Meg Ryan's in trouble. So, because I have a hat on, I'm like this. So anyway, I finally
We are
get it
dating
over
ourselves.
somewhere. And I just get out of the fucking, they go, Sydney Sweeney's in trouble. She got a bob. So
Well,
I pull it over.
I'm glad you made it safe. We've had a lot of rain in California, and
Goddamn.
it's just a mess. I mean, I'm going out in the rain. I'm walking to my car, and the grass is like soaked, so it's like, And then I open the door. I don't know if it's the rust from the rain. It's like, so I get in the seat. It's leather. So I'm a safe driver, so I check the rearview mirror.
Yeah.
And I put the windshield wipers on because it's pouring rain. You know what I mean? And then I went to a shop and they had a guy with a drill. What would he sound like?
Tire gun?
It's not a tire gun.
Then I went over to the
just wanted
bandsaw. Meow, meow.
This is a character I used to do called Sound Effecty. And sometimes you use the same effect for different things. So I turn on the radio. I do the rearview
You only
mirror.
got 4.
I
Yeah.
switch gears.
You know, it's a
These
good
are
one. It's
horrible
windshield
sound
wipers when they go, it's like so loud. But when it's dry, they go, they come back. They're like, fuck, dude, it's not raining. You're stressing me out. Just try.
Put the seat back.
When I get in my car, I have like 18 seat adjustments. So I'm like this.
You don't have it all preset. You're just.
Yeah.
Boy. Well,
Oh boy.
give me in a news story, and I'll do it as Paul McCartney,
one
'cause
news
someone
story.
asked me to do that again. Any story. Or you
One
gonna
story
throw it up?
came up is a pregnant stingray. I don't know if we have a picture. There's a stingray that got pregnant named Charlotte in North Carolina.
Okay, let me see. And they don't know how? Oh, it's
They
the
don't-
virgin stingray.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay.
Well, it says
it
it's
has
solved. No,
are you
think
going to play it or no?
I don't think so. It's just a
Just a
stingray
picture.
that's very cute. It was in an aquarium full of sharks, so they didn't know how. There's
So
no other
there's-
stingrays in there. That's the story.
So it's like a immaculate conception. So
yes.
as a Beatle would say it, well, there was a little, a little aqua creature,
Mhm.
that has a stinger. They call the stingrays. She's a lady, but she's with
Right.
sharks, and they don't ever get together. The shark doesn't go, would you be my girlfriend? Never happens. But all of a sudden, she's preggers, gonna give her babies, right? And they don't
Right.
know how. It may have been
That's a good
a
one.
miracle.
Don't know how.
They don't know how. See, the key, if anyone's listening, the key to
Yes.
doing a Beatle accent is always sound like you're asking a question. Hey,
Mhm.
hey, Paul, did you go to the store? I told you. I went to the store. Did you go or not? I just told you. I went to the store.
Oh,
It's
you
a thing.
you did or
we
didn't?
Cut it out.
No, I like it.
And
these are
told you.
These are 3 comments that I thought were funny on the story. One said, has anyone checked if it's one of Nick Cannon's kids? It's kind of funny, right?
That's good.
Yeah. And
That's not
maybe
a bad one.
maybe it comes back as Steve Irwin, or maybe he's the dad. Remember Steve Irwin?
Oh my God. Yes, that's a little dark. I
It's
was
always
on the Tonight Show with him. Great guy. Australian guy.
it's always
Passed
good to bring a
went to the
tragedy into a
stars.
joke comment. And then the last one was, oh, it's the Sturgeon Mary. Sturgeon Mary. That's not bad.
They're not, yeah, there's better. Here's my news story, and I don't know if it's true, but when Biden is giving a speech and stuff, he's got his staff backstage, and sometimes President Biden will go off the teleprompter and meander about, and his staff gets very emotional about it. You know, like, oh my, he's off the teleprompter, he's off the teleprompter. So I don't know if this is true, but one of them knew Nicolas Cage, so they bring in Nicolas Cage backstage, and he expresses how emotionally they are. He's like sort of a therapy guest. So Biden's out there, and then the dog, and we went out in the river, and then the staff's going, no, no. And Nicolas Cage goes, all right. And he drops to his knees and goes, why, God, why? That was a long way to go.
I like it. How do you know where we went? Well, we went
I don't
there.
know. It's just something funny. If you're ever upset about anything, you get audited by the IRS. You just call Nicolas Cage, why in the mother of God?
He probably says that in every movie. Let's look at this. J-Lo came
But
out with
there's-
something. This isn't even a big story. It just J-Lo came out with a
J-Lo's
something
big.
else.
Yeah.
God damn.
This is
Oh,
me. It's an album and a movie,
Yeah.
right?
Hybrid. Runs on electricity. It's a hybrid something, and it's a movie, doc, album, and she was in the donuts commercial. I think she's in so much, she just needs to take off. Like, just disappear for like a whole day. If I didn't see her for a whole day, I would be like, oh, okay. Now I miss her. But she is really
But
in your grill.
Yeah,
And she's
she's-
good. She's good.
she's very good.
She's gorgeous.
So somebody decided to use her husband's Dunkin' Donut commercial against her in a review. It's as watery.
Is that what they
as-
did?
Yeah, that's, her album is as watery as the Dunkin' Donuts thing. Where Matt Damon, really funny, says, "How do you like them donuts?" Because he said, "I like them apples" in Good Will Hunting.
Oh, I
which
didn't even
Louis
get that.
C.K. did a stand-up bit about it. Yeah. So, I love
So
Matt Damon.
they're going out of their way to kick her in the balls about the donuts commercial. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
It's a mashup. They take a dig at Ben and her,
Oh,
Jennifer,
fuck, yeah.
by mashing the Dunkin' Donuts versus the thing. I like, for people not in show business, it's really hard. I mean, Jennifer Lopez is just incredibly to stay that fit, just that. And you got to be camera ready every time you leave your house. And then she does albums, she's jumping, singing, she does movies.
Huh.
What are you going to do?
Her skin is like pretend. I don't know. There's no wrinkles. There's nothing. She's gorgeous. Yeah.
All right. Right now, we have a surprise guest on Superfly,
Ooh.
Jason Kelce. Uh-huh.
Oh.
Yep. And then after that, after Jason, we're going to go look at some fan impressions and do a little critique and give some notes and things.
Oh, great. Let's do
That's
it.
our show.
So, because it's a new year and everyone has their
Mhm.
resolutions, I was going to try working out, then I didn't even try that one. But I am going to eat better, and I think that's the key, eating what you want. And also, I'm into the new world of having stuff delivered. And if it's really
Mhm.
good, there's a place called Good Chop where they have really good meats. They also have seafood,
Mhm.
and it comes right to your door. And that's kind of what I'm looking for this
Yeah.
year.
Because I thought of this phrase a while back that energy is the new high. So energy is a great feeling. And when you eat high protein meals like steaks, free range, organic chicken, breast, this is all you get with Good Chop, plus sustainable and wild caught seafood, salmon, which I eat a lot of, Pacific cod, scallops, shrimp, and more.
Yeah, Good Chop offers fully customizable boxes of high quality meat and seafood delivered to your door on your schedule. They're vacuum sealed, frozen at peak freshness. You stock them up, cook them when you want. They have over 70 high quality cuts you were just talking about.
Mhm.
I am a shrimps guy.
You're a shrimps guy.
I
What
like
is
shrimps, and I like the prime filet mignon. Pretty standard stuff, but they do it right.
Yes.
And I think it would benefit our audience because I talked to
Mhm.
some of our audience, and a lot of them eat food. And so I said, you know what?
Yep.
This is for you. It sources its meat from and seafood exclusively from American farms and fisheries. So you're supporting local. And how about this? Price per meal starts at $3.74, not $374 like you would think because you live in Beverly Hills. But it's $3.74. That's unbelievable. A whole meal.
Man, if you've gone to the grocery store lately,
Nothing's
it's like
$3.74.
six items. That'll be $138. Would you like a bag?
And the
No, it's
bag's
only
20.
3 items.
Yeah. No antibiotics, no added hormones.
Nope, not gonna do it.
Nothing
Mhm.
artificial.
No.
So they're confident. They offer 100% money back guarantee. You got to love Good Chop or you get your money back. Go to goodchop.com/superfly120 and use code superfly120. The number is 120 and get $120 off across your first 4 boxes. That's code superfly120 at goodchop.com/superfly120 for $120 off. And for those of you that forgot, goodchop.com/superfly120 code superfly120.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next guest is our first and only guest on Superfly, considered one of the National Football League's greatest centers of all time, 6-time first team All-Pro, 7-time Pro Bowl, Super Bowl champion, Mr. Jason Kelce.
Thanks for having me, guys. That's a hell of an intro.
Are
right
you
there.
kidding?
Yeah.
All comedians love athletes. We love people who are actually brave and bump into things. And we're just, this is a feminine job. Let's face it. Look at our hair.
Dana.
We're like little girls.
I think all athletes wish they were performers of some kind, whether it was, musical artists or comedians. We grew up watching you guys, and I think comedians are, for me, going out there and bashing my brain into somebody seems relatively normal. Getting up on stage and talking in front of a bunch of people and letting your soul out there is a whole nother level of I don't know, putting yourself out there. So anyways,
me. It terrifies me. Stand up. I had years of stage fright. David was a natural, just came out and blasted it, but I was just panicked all day. I was going to ask you, did you ever line up against a nose tackle where you went, holy shit, this is the biggest guy I've ever faced? Because they go 350.
Yeah.
Is anyone ever more than 350 pounds trying to kill you?
Sure.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So usually they'll be listed still about 350, but I know Vita Vea, I've played him a bunch. And I know from talking to guys in Tampa Bay, he'll regularly be pushing 400 pounds on the scales. And there's games where I'm giving up 100 pounds to the guy across from me.
And what's your strategy?
Yeah.
Well, hopefully they call plays where I get to utilize my speed and agility against guys like that. But
yes,
some of those guys are really good. I think for me, my I guess strength was definitely second level blocking. So blocking linebackers, safeties down the field. So Jeff Stoutland, our offensive line coach, really would try and get me up there. He knew that, it was not a good proposition for a game plan to have me manned up on a 400-pound guy all game long.
Yeah,
so he would design plays with the emphasis of trying to get me up to the second level. So I got to appreciate my coach for not putting me in too many bad situations.
I've gone on after 400-pound comedians, and it's hard.
I know. I mean, because then you go to the green room and go, where's my dinner? And they go, it's gone. I just want to bring this up based on what you just said, Jason.
Yeah.
I looked at the combine because I know how brothers are. I've got 3 older brothers, and there's a competition there. But in one key metric, which I thought was interesting, and goes to your ability on the football field, the 20-yard shuttle, you were 4.14. Your brother, Travis, was 4.42. So that's the ability to go 5 yards this way, 5 yards that way, which is kind of was your super talent as a center.
Yeah.
Speed.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
You hit it the nail on the head right there. I mean, my brother was probably better than his time. That drill is as much about speed and agility as it is kind of your preparation for it. If you hit the steps and the turns properly, you're going to have a better time.
Right.
Travis, knowing him, he just went out there and ran as fast as he could. Still a good time, but he could have been better. I'm guaranteeing that. But that was and that's been one of the metrics to gauge, especially your centers or your more agility driven linemen that you want to have on your team. The 20-yard shuttle is a great metric to determine which guys are going to be good at that.
Well, I looked at a lot of your highlights.
That's the only metric, Dana, I would talk about at the dinner table if I was Jason.
That's all I got.
I would bring that up.
He's bringing up Super Bowls and all pro. Yeah, no, it's it's something nice to have. At least I got one thing.
And and I watched a lot of your highlights last night, and you're like the wide sweep. You're out there sprinting like really fast.
Yeah.
You got wait a minute, that guy's the center. He's like 20 yards over that way. So it's very interesting for me to figure that out. But it always seemed like a tough position, especially the pressure of hiking the ball to the punter, or a field goal. I mean, and those are like 20 yards. How far? And you're So, I mean, you have to have nerves of steel, or how do you calm yourself down at that moment? Is it just reps?
Yeah, I mean, like everything, the more practice you get, the nerves are always the highest whenever it's the first time you're doing something, right? Like the first NFL start, you're going to be like, man, what is this going to feel like? I've never done this before. Your first time playing a premier player, you're like, I don't know how this is going to go.
Yeah.
Your first time running a play that you've never run, right? Those are kind of always where the nerves are the most heightened. So whether it's practice or game reps, the more repetitions you get, the more those nerves subside. I mean, center is a position I think a lot of guys want to play until they have a bad snap. Like we had a buddy of mine play guard, and he's like, man, center, you guys are double teaming a lot. You're not manned up as much. And, I wish I played a little bit of that. And then he got pushed in at center and had a couple bad snaps. He's like, man, I never want to play center again. Like
dude, you have two jobs. You
Exactly.
hike, and then you got to look up and go, oh, wait, now the guy bashes my brains in. I forgot about that part.
I know. You have
Exactly.
just one hand down. So everyone else is like a gorilla. They're like, "Rrr," and you got one down and one's concentrating on that. And then here, the field goal for the win. And here it is. It's over his head. What a shit show. The game is over.
And guess who fucked it up? The center.
The center of universal pain.
Yeah. And the snap is like a foregone conclusion. Everybody's expectation is that the snap is going to be perfect every time. And the reality is it's not. And the unfortunate thing is when it does happen in a crucial situation or a game on the line, I mean, there's no getting away from that one.
Now you're also
such a
you're in the chain of command. Like nothing happens till you do that. And the quarterback is up there. A lot of times, all the teams in the NFL, it seems very sophisticated as a casual fan, and they're calling audibles. And I remember they're thinking, really? He's going to do that? Does he know what he's doing? Do you ever question in your head what the audible is? You just
do you
like,
audible him and say, I'm calling an audible over your audible, and I'm not hiking it yet?
Well, it has happened before. There's some audibles that are more geared for the back end of the defense for the quarterback, and there's some audibles that are more geared for the front, which is more what I'm seeing. So there have been times with every quarterback I've played where I've been like, no, this isn't the look that we want to kill this play to, or the look we want to run this run to. But in passing game, he's taking full control. And there's times where, the quarterback at all times has final say. You can't have two guys up there like, no, we should do this. No, we should do that. No, we should. So you give that to the quarterback. Everybody, if the quarterback wants to do something, that's what we're doing. And there's times where, especially in like a blitz pickup, where he'll send the protection in a specific direction, and you're like, I'm pretty positive it's coming from over here. And you might relay that. If he, at the end of the day, though, if he wants to go over here, the most important thing is that the quarterback knows where he's hot from, where he wants to deliver the ball to. So, yeah, that does happen from time to time.
But would you okay, go ahead, David.
I just want to know, we're just so excited, Jason.
We're very excited.
The huddles must be
it's the same
stressful,
here.
because when I see a huddle, And I could imagine being in it's like 22 zipper drive, and then they just go. If I was the receiver, I'm like, wait, what happened? Am I the zipper in this? Because everyone just gets it right every single time, and I think how
they don't. They do not. Unfortunately,
that's what it seems like. Okay,
Caterpillar won.
Yeah, and you go, what's happening? They go, booty liquor on 5, and you go, is this a play or is he talking to me? So I don't know, because what do you listen for in the play? Do you have to get any instructions, or is it?
Absolutely. Yeah. You get used to listening to the portion of the play that pertains to you. Yeah. And for the center, really the whole thing, other than the route concept, is important to you. Like, you need to know the formation, you need to know the snap count, you need to know what the play is that we're running, if it's a run play or a pass play, and the protection or run concept. Everybody gets in tune to listening to the things that are important for their job. Right. The quarterback obviously having the ultimate and tight ends to a certain extent of needing to listen to everything. And that's why those guys tend to be the most knowledgeable throughout the entire offense.
They jam their head in farther in that huddle. Some just kind of kick back on the side.
Yeah. The tackles are like, just give me what the 62 got it. And, they don't care about half of the stuff.
Has it gotten more sophisticated? Because I'm from the 60s, John Brody and the 49ers. And I swear they would go, hut 1, hut 2. But nowadays, it seems like Brock Purdy says, what's up, what's up, what's up? But what is he saying? Was he saying what's up?
Yeah. I don't know Brock Purdy's specific one. I know Dak Prescott does. Oh my gosh. It's we were joking about this all season.
Campbell soup.
Yeah. There's, I would say in some ways it's gotten less convoluted because to David, your point, the more words you have in the play call, the more chance somebody's going to miss something. So now there's kind of been a move back to like, how can we simplify these things with code words or words that we use all the time so that players, the moment they hear that, they know, okay, got it. I know what this concept is. Right. And you can shrink it down into 1-2 word phrases. So at the line of scrimmage, though, the snap count, it's so specific to each team. Most of the time you want a lead in, right? So whatever it is, like if it's like that, a hut hike, right? For us, it's color number. So it's white 80, said hut. The reason you don't just go up there and say said hut is because everybody be jumping off sides. You got that little lead in, like, hey, we're getting ready. We're getting ready. Here it comes. Bow, right?
Is it always the same thing, or is every play he says what it's going on, and then you don't want them to hear?
Correct. Yeah. It's either in the huddle or at the line of scrimmage. There'll be code words to let you know. Like if we're no huddle, he'll say, whatever the code word is. When I was with Howard Mudd, it was like pink and then a 2-digit number. And the first digit was always what it was on. So it was like, pink 15, it was on 1, pink 32, it was on 3. So you kind of would try and think at any time you could say, you didn't know hey, pink. And so, hey, 32, and then you knew it was on 3, right? So there's all sorts of codes and different ways to figure out at the line of scrimmage or in the huddle. There's just on 3. Hey, on 1, on 3. So that's generally
that's why
how it goes.
I got out of the game.
I played flag football and I loved it. We had plays, we had ready break. I'm in 5th, 6th grade. I was the halfback. And then tackle football came in at 5'1", 91 pounds, freshman in high school. I looked like a fetus with shoes. So they said there's a cross country team. No one will hit you. So I went out that way. But there's a question I have for you, professional athletes in general. So you finished the game and you've gotten your ass kicked. I think the sound has gotten better. I don't know what it is, but I feel the violence, or maybe the TVs are better. I really feel the violence or hear it. Bone cracking, McCaffrey's going up, and you just so what is your protocol to get healed? Do you have a team? Do you get a massage? You go in the sauna? I mean, is there a whole metric that you go through to see if you're hurt, first of all, and whatever? Like, what do you do?
Yeah, if you have an acute injury, you're seeing the trainer to see if you need treatment on it or how bad it is. You might need an MRI or an X-ray to determine whether you're okay. Anything outside of that, a bruise or just general soreness, you have kind of anything at your disposal. Every guy likes different things. I was big into sauna. I was big into massage. Lifting weights always made me feel better because it naturally kind of pumps the blood in there. Some guys love acupuncture. Some guys love chiropractic. stuff. Some
Is
guys
it-
love,
Is it true there's a
what's it
bowl
called?
of Vicodins in the weight room by the door?
no, there used to be.
There is at my
They
house.
cracked down on that. Oh, that's a good, I might have to come
by.
over.
We have them here in a little bowl.
There,
We can't get them to you. But they always say that this time of year, everyone's beaten up. This is when the playoffs
Yeah.
start. Everyone's beaten
Mhm.
up. So everyone's nurturing something. And it just feels, I just want to dovetail into what, I mean, we all know you have a decision to make, whether you're going to
Yeah.
retire and also what I've read about is that the adrenal rush of being a professional football player and the camaraderie is such an intense life that then people go outside of that, and where are they going to get
Hard to
that
compete
rush?
with, yeah.
So we would
Yeah.
vote for show business of any way you want to be in it, because
Okay.
we think it's an emotionally violent sport. Like if I get off this podcast, I'll be thinking, I talk too much, or I should ask that question. So
Yeah.
what do you think? Are you going to be in the booth? You're going to go in movies maybe, or are you going to go back and play for the Eagles? You have 10 seconds.
yeah. Okay, here we go.
We need a
I
trend.
don't know.
Okay.
yeah.
I don't know.
I think,
Okay. That's a good answer.
that's what I'm trying to figure it out right now. There's right now exploring different opportunities. If I end up retiring, still working out and staying in shape if I end up playing again. But that's what I've heard from all the former players is, when you're playing, it's like this every week, right? It's, oh, we just won. Oh, we just got our ass kicked. Oh, we're in the playoffs. Oh, we're out. Like it's very much, that's the life you're in. And it's play by play like that as well.
Mhm.
And, all these guys, when they get done, it's like, man, you're just kind of here, man. You very rarely get these peaks,
Mhm.
and you got to find a way to
Madden
kind of
doesn't
get
do it
that.
as much.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, some guys get into it,
Yeah.
for real into
Kyler.
it.
Well, maybe this is a good time. I don't want to keep you too long, but you have shown capability as a performer. I think
Oh, no.
the underdog speech,
Yeah.
as you
Oh,
know, and you
yeah.
must have been told about. I mean, it was like not like a football player giving a speech. It had rhythm, it had timing. I don't know if you wrote it, but the list of it, and then what underdogs are. I mean, it's very show busy. So I could see you very organically when you want to retire. I mean, can we take a look at it? We
Oh,
just
yeah,
have
just
a
a
little
little
clip of
clip.
it.
Let's do it.
Zach Ertz can't block. Brett Selleck's too old. Brandon Graham was drafted too high.
Zach Ertz.
Vinny Curry ain't got it. Mo Allen can't fit the scheme. Michael Thomas can't fit the scheme. Nigel Bradley can't catch. Jalen Mills
Are you
can't
doing
cover.
Aladdin on Broadway after this?
Robinson can't cover.
Aladdin, the Philadelphia edition.
Here we go. That's like, to me, Chris Farley, as close as I've seen to Chris Farley. And
Hey.
it's such a great rhythm. Well, I'm going to do one as a comedian. David Spade ain't funny. Adam Sandler couldn't be a movie star. Anyway, but how did you think of that? And also,
Yeah.
what the hell are you wearing? Because it looks like a Wizard of Oz outfit or something.
Sure. I guess I'll start with what I'm wearing. That's in Philadelphia, there's a parade, Mummers Parade, and it's been done for a very long time. And everybody dresses up in these ornate, ridiculous costumes. And it's, I think it has roots all the way back to Europe at some point, but that's something that happens every New Year's Day in Philadelphia. And I
You
figured
nailed it.
if we're doing a Philadelphia parade, I'll do a Philadelphia style.
Mhm.
And fortunately, there was a just perfect green, eagle colored version of that outfit
It was
available in my size.
Mhm.
But and then the speech, I couldn't. After you win a Super Bowl, it's such a high, right?
Yeah.
You're it's the pinnacle of your career, and you start thinking about all the things you had to do
Mhm.
to get there selfishly. And then you start thinking about everything your teammates had to do and your coaches and the city. So it all really just came together very organically. I remember I would be up till 2 or 3 in the morning after the game. And I didn't even know if I was going to get a chance to make a speech, to be honest with you. But I just can't, these narratives are floating around in my head.
Got it.
And I'm like waking my wife up and like, hey, what do you think about this? Like, what if I said something like that? And she's like, will you go to sleep? Like, why are you bothering me with this? And I think I probably, I didn't really have a full thing written down, but I remember I was keeping track of different things and different guys and what they had to do to overcome to get to that
Yeah.
moment. That was the theme of the team. So there were just a lot of things that came together organically for that to happen. But yeah, it was something that flowed out. I mean, I somehow managed to still get it together after an entire, I don't know, 40 blocks of drinking beers and celebrating with fans. And like, it wasn't like I just walked up there. There was like, I was like 3 hours in.
Voice
so-
was a little thrash.
Exactly. We had done enough spelling chants for the Eagles. I don't know. The Eagles chant is EAGLES, Eagles. I mean, you don't get much more like rudimentary
Yeah,
than
real
just
guttural.
spelling the word,
Yeah,
but
Over and
very
over
guttural.
all day. Over and
Yes.
over, everyone's spelling it.
So
I
how
got a
many
question.
how
I
many
got a
beers?
question for
Oh,
Dana.
sorry.
I have a question for Dana. No.
Okay.
Before we get to how many beers you've had, which the over-under
Sure.
is 40.
Yeah.
When you, this is a quick question about this year's Super Bowl. Would you have known what to do in that coin toss, or did you know something was up with that coin toss or not?
You're talking about the overtime
Yeah.
decision? Yeah. I mean, we as a team have always talked about for playoff overtime, meaning the second team or the other team is guaranteed a possession
Yeah.
of kicking. You want to have knowledge of what you're trying to get that second possession. I had never even heard of it described until Kyle Shanahan went over it in his post-game press conference. At the time, I was like, what are they doing? Why would they, this doesn't make sense to receive.
Yeah.
But I think after Kyle saying that, I mean, there's logic behind it, and nobody was getting in the end zone. If it goes field goal, you want to have the ball third.
Yeah. He's
but
thinking
I still-
one more than that. He's thinking one farther.
Exactly.
They have
But
four
I think
downs. Yeah.
the reality is, I think just personally, you would rather have, you want to be the first team with the ability to end the game first, because you're in the driver's seat
Right.
as to be aggressive, passive. You have more, I don't know, there's more just on the line with that second possession. I don't know that it would have taken a lot probably for Kansas City to kick a field goal. It would have had to have been like a 4th and like 5+, I bet, for them to relinquish the ball back to San Francisco after that, I would bet.
Yeah.
But either way, I think, you know, I don't know what the analytics say. I think that you can kind of get those numbers to say whatever you want. I feel like,
True.
like if you want to, you know, be the team with the ball third, you find a way to skew them to say that. If you want to be the team with the ball second, you can find a way to get them to say that. But I think that was the first time I had really seen somebody with the mindset that they were going to receive first, with these new overtime rules being what they are.
And also the Niners would have to do prevent defense in a sense. Don't give them a touchdown. And so then you give that opening to Patrick and your brother. And I was watching it just as a Niner fan, although I'm a huge Kansas City fan, and the Eagles as well.
And
But-
Eagles.
There we go.
But I was like, oh no. And I told my wife, I go, it's over. You know, Patrick and in that time frame, 4 downs, go.
They were going so fast down the field too. You're like, God
Yeah.
damn. And San Francisco is so slow, inching, and then they're just doing chunks, and you go, oh boy, this is it.
The moment they kicked the field goal, I felt really confident that the Chiefs are going to go down and win it. Just Patrick is so good in those situations.
Yeah.
You know, he gets more, you know, everybody's talked about it. You know, he gets 4 downs instead of 3 to try and
Yes.
get a first down.
Yep.
Right. And
Huge difference.
so I think it was, you know, and San Fran was gassed at that point. I mean, they'd already put up a lot and, you know, done a great job all game long. But the later in the game it gets, the harder it gets for the defenses to defend what's happening.
You know, Jason,
just
I
for-
heard a rumor about Travis was yelling at Andy Reid during the game, and I heard what he said. The audio's off, but someone told
It
me
came out.
He said, "Why did you tell me to get out of Bitcoin?" Is that true?
I don't know. Is Bitcoin up now? I
It's
feel
at
like Andy
50.
probably would.
Why?
Is it 50
Andy
all
Reid
of a
told
sudden
me
again?
that
Oh, it's going up.
I'm
man. I
losing
don't know.
money.
Gosh,
I'm bleeding.
dang it. Yeah, he's an old school coach. He wouldn't be into the Bitcoin, I don't think.
Well, we do an impression thing on here before we let you go. First of
We
all,
have one
Dana,
that go ahead.
this came about because I ran into Jason, just so people know that are listening.
Oh, yeah.
It's a little random, but I saw him at the U2 concert, and Sandler wanted to say hi to him, and I did too, but we didn't want to be weirdos, so but we went over and we talked to him.
Oh.
By the way, Jason, do you remember? Oh, I sent you these.
I couldn't say anything.
This is us.
This was awesome. Yeah.
And then I said, I'll take a picture of you and Adam with my phone. And here's the 2 pictures I took, Dana. Do you have those, Greg? That's the one that worked.
Okay, so
that's the one that worked. We got another one.
So we talked to him for a minute with Howie Long's in there with he's got the athletes. We have all the goofy comedians on our side. And so Jason was very nice and we had a great time. And then the show was great. Bono, there's so many 60th birthdays. He's giving shout outs for about 29 minutes because there was 300 people because everyone's old that goes to YouTube. So he's going, Chris Rock, happy birthday. That's a pint of beer.
You got someone up in the bleachers, 47 years of age. Am I booging ya? I didn't mean to boogie ya. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Okay, that's Spade's first shot at these two. Jason's like, nailed it. Knock one out.
That's Sandler with a bad facelift.
And then I go, no, I got it now. I fixed my camera. Here's the second one. A completely blurry one. I took one that was a total disaster. Anyway, Jason, you were cool. Thank you. And we're going to end this by wasting your time more because we have people submit impressions.
Yes.
And I don't think this is you, but I think it reminded us. They said we should look at this one.
You went to the level of this character in your speech.
So we haven't seen this, but here's an impression of it.
We haven't seen it.
Let's
see if it's
I'm Matt Foley,
I think I know what this is from.
motivational speaker. Couple things about myself. I'm 35 years old.
Dude, he's
recently divorced, and I live in a van down by the river.
Okay,
dude, that was spot on. That was good.
That's impressive. He really.
I have a few notes, Jason.
Okay.
He was thrice divorced.
Not
recently divorced. But I did like the movement. I like the hoarseness of the voice, which you had sort of down.
The tone was great. Yeah.
Tone was great. I think he rushed it a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just, you want to say, in a van down by the river. Like that little pause.
Really milk it. And maybe when you get close to me, bump your head into me. That was a nice trick.
I mean, I guess, Jay, someone like you really can squat. Like Farley could really, he was a football player in college, right? Or high school. But
Rugby
also the guy
like
could, if he could do a deeper squat and do that move that Chris does. But it's really good. What was the name of that guy? I want to mention him. Craig?
We'll give him a shout out later in post.
His name is Dr. Phil Finemore.
Dr.
Phil Finemore? Did someone just write stupid on my forehead?
Sorry I'm late for your heart surgery. I was working on my Christopher Walken impression.
No, can't do it. Why?
Ready now.
So, Jason, well, it's been a pleasure. I think the world of professional athletes and the way you handle yourself, you and your brother have a great podcast. And I wish you all the best. I think you can, when you want to be either in the movies, television, or being in the booth, calling games or whatever you want to do, I think you'll do great. But I know what it's like. We could leave, like Daniel Day-Lewis could come back this year and make a movie and we go, oh, where was he? Right? 5 years. Once you're out, you can't go back in, basically.
It's a little trickier.
Exactly.
Unless you're Tom Brady. He's still, there's a rumor. Yeah.
He will be welcome back at any time if he wants.
So did we help you inform your decision at all? Or will you talk to your wife about Dana and David?
I've not thought too much of show business. I've thought a little bit about the booth and football stuff, but I appreciate you guys having me on. This is such an honor to just talk to both of you. As I was telling David at the show, I mean, it was such a special moment to meet you guys and like the pedestal of comedians and just the peak of that craft. It's such an honor to even be on here and talk to you guys. So thank you very much, Dana. Thank you, David. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
All right. We'll talk to you soon, bud. Out in the real world.
Sounds good.
Well, that was fun, Dana. I love talking to him.
Awesome.
And he's very informative and he's a funny dude. He's got his shit together, it seems.
Yeah. I mean, it's just fun to talk to athletes. It's such a high wire lifestyle. And to be a center, he's pretty funny just about lining up against giant people who want to kill him.
It's so violent. You know, I actually was watching the Puppy Bowl a little bit this year and I bet on one of them. And it's always a bummer when they get hurt. They go into the blue tent pull a hammy, and then they're out, and that's it. There's all my money down the drain.
So is
Concussion
the Puppy Bowl
protocol.
real? I have to ask just in case.
The Puppy Bowl is real.
Sounds like it is real. Okay, that's That's funny.
It's literally the hard to bet on because literally they just put all these cute puppies on like something that looks like a football field, and they just run around and poop and bark, and it's adorable. And
well, I know there is. I don't think I don't know if it's in every state, but the Toddler Bowl, and they just have a diaper changing tent in the Toddler
That's it?
Bowl. They
just
he's
drop
coming out.
100
Number 31 is coming out. He just dropped the load in his diaper. He's got to get changed. He's going to the blue tent.
We put 1,000 babies on the football field. See which one walks to the goal line.
Yeah. Which one looks the most like Sydney Sweeney? She's our
All right.
theme guest today.
Yeah,
Sydney,
I know.
if you're
She is our
listening,
theme
come on.
because she's on SNL this week. So, okay. So
Yes.
let's look at some more impressions. We just saw a motivational speaker.
Mhm.
It's pretty good. And
Yeah.
we will go to the next one. Let's see what we think.
All right, this
Okay,
is
go ahead. We don't know
Jonathan
who this is.
Emmerling.
Hey,
We've never seen
Dana
this.
and David. 3 quick impressions for you. Impression number 1, Jordan Peterson at the birth of his daughter.
Oh, 3.
This is the happiest I've ever been in my life. Number 2, Nick Offerman relaying some disappointing news.
Okay.
He said no. And impression number 3 is Severus Snape sexually harassing Harry Potter. Mr. Potter, if you wish to pass this class, I suggest you remove your blouse and underclothes immediately. Thanks, guys.
Okay. Actually, okay.
Well, first of all, yeah. Offbeat impressions. You don't hear a lot of Nick Offerman. And what was the first one?
I like the third one, then the second one, then the first one. So the first one
First one was
was
Jordan Peterson.
Oh yeah.
Jordan
Okay, that's
Peterson,
offbeat
yeah.
too.
That's definitely offbeat. Jordan Peterson sort of has a high kind of Canadian voice. Women don't like men that are too weak or to baby him. Mine's bad. His was
No,
actually
that's
accurate.
It's good to do it. It's sort of a good way to do it. You don't go too long, and you just get a hook
Yes.
in there that sounds kind of like him. Nick Offerman was like quick,
No, that
sounded
was,
like him before
yeah.
you can tear it apart and you get worse. You sounded like him,
Yeah, they're nice, quick, what I would call micro impressions, just
Mhm.
right to the point. So good job, Jonathan. The hat was interesting, gave you kind of a festive vibe. The ear
Not
flaps
necessary,
and
but
everything.
it makes.
I
more
thought he was going to do Elmer Fudd or something, maybe.
Yeah,
but,
yeah. So did I. Something with the hat, but
yeah.
it did. I did like
Nice.
it. Okay, let's see another one. Oh, we've got a
number.
young
This is-
lady here.
This is Allison Mary.
Allison.
We haven't
it.
seen these.
Hi, Dana and David. My name is Allie, and this is my impression of Jennifer Coolidge from Legally Blonde. I'm taking the dog, dumbass. You look like the 4th of July. That makes me want to have a hot dog real bad.
Dumbass.
And this is my impression of Jennifer Coolidge from A Cinderella Story.
Okay.
Oh, Sam, you're not very pretty and you're not very bright. I'm so glad we had that talk. Thank you.
Are those the real lines?
Very
It's kinda
nice.
Funny. Yeah, I thought that was good.
Yeah, that she nailed it. I mean, I thought that was a great Jennifer Coolidge.
Tone was pretty good. It kind of, if you close your eyes,
I
it
thought she'd
gets
do a
down.
White Lotus one because that's kind of her latest greatest hit, I think. But
I'm
it's-
stuck with
she
the
has a character that
gays.
she played.
Yeah,
Yeah.
remember she's on the boat.
Yeah, no, she was incredible in that show. Yeah,
Yeah.
White Lotus, Jennifer Coolidge. I'd love to have her on the podcast, either our flagship or this one,
Yeah,
Jennifer. hmm
Jennifer,
But,
she's listening. Everyone's listening.
But that was a very just I had not heard a Jennifer Coolidge impression. So that was
All right, let's go to another one, and then I got one for Dana. Okay, let's go. This guy, we don't
Okay.
know who he is. Say his name.
This is Dante Carter.
What's up, guys? My name is Dante Carter.
In the
I'm a
car.
comedian from South Carolina. I'm going to pause here so David can make fun of me. Oh, David.
Okay, you're in
Typical.
your car. Your
This
name's
is my
Carter. Got
impression
it.
of Barack Obama ordering Taco Bell. Can I get a chalupa with extra pico, sour cream, no beans. Barry can't do beans. No beans. Barry gets the boo-boo belly. Thank you.
He gets a boo-boo belly?
Okay. First of all, Dante, I like that he made it funny. Like he took that one hook of and took it so far. So it's actually just funny, even if you didn't know who Obama was. I thought the impression was pretty good. It was nice job. I don't you can make a choice to go down to this more often, just that type of thing. But he does kind of he will do that. He took it, he
I
teased it
haven't
out.
seen Obama
David?
with that vocal fry thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was fun.
That's what people do. That's what people do. But yeah, it's not a lot of people do a Barack Obama.
I like that he took time
Would
to
you
go into the
make fun
car
of this?
and knock it out instead of just doing it in his house. He's like, I'll just do it now. Who gives a fuck?
I thought he was going to do Theo Vaughn with that accent.
Oh, yeah, I bet
I'm
someone
from the
does
South.
do
Here
Theo.
I go. Yeah. Okay, here we are.
All right, this is
Okay,
Nathan
we got
Beasley.
another one. Then I got one after Nathan.
Nathan. Okay.
Well, hi, Dana. Hi, David. This is Morgan Freeman. Little Birdie told me that you're now taking in impressions for your podcast. I think that's a mighty fine idea. I also understand that you're accepting rednecky jokes as well. I thought, why not kill two birds with one stone?
Oh, he's doing one.
Or as
Okay.
Red might say, two squirrels with one can. So, here we go. I'm Red Rednecky, the redneck comedian. Last week, my girlfriend broke up with me, but told me we could still be cousins. Come and get some.
Well, this is Nathan from Dallas,
Okay.
Texas. I just want to say thank you guys so much for the decades of laughter you guys have given us and me personally. It's been a thrill. Love the podcast. Keep up the great work.
I like that part the best.
I like the ending part about the great work.
Yeah.
Nathan Beasley. It was a really, really good Morgan Freeman. It was very subtle and very real. And the Rednecky was actually pretty clever. Maybe too clever. I don't know, but it was actually a good diversion joke. Like they were cousins the whole time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that rednecky one too, and I like it as
Mhm.
Morgan Freeman. I was trying
Yeah.
to look. I was looking away because I just want to hear if it just sounds like his tone, but he has rhythms down as
Yeah.
Morgan Freeman. White guy is hard. It must be harder to do, but it's pretty good. I thought it was good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, is there one
Yeah.
more?
I just have some rednecky jokes.
Oh, well, let me do my impression. Then,
Let's do
ready?
the impression. Yeah.
Here it is, Dana. So this is in the shower this morning. I thought of this because I watched The Beekeeper this weekend with Jason Statham, and any movie he's in, he's always, first of all, he doesn't talk a lot. He always has a lot on his mind. All these guys have a lot on their mind. They don't want to be bothered, and he's always thinking like this when other people are talking, and they like to be left alone. And he's like, "I'm the beekeeper. I keep the bees. I like to be left alone. And if you come at me, I might sting you if you cross me." And they're like, "Well, are you a bee or are you a beekeeper?" And he's like, "Don't let that concern you. You don't want to find out. I take the honey to the queen." And they're like, "Well, I don't get what your job is. You're actually a beekeeper, or are you here to kill me?" I just want to be left alone. All of them want to be left alone. All those type of guys. He was also in Meg. I saw 2 movies of the Meg, the shark movie, where it's a diabolical shark,
yeah.
where it gets so bananas.
yeah.
You know it's not a well-written movie when at the end he goes, "Careful, the shark has a gun." The shark does? It's getting very human toward the end. It's got a gun in his right fin.
It's actually a good impression. It's good.
If you don't
He's
try
like
too hard, it's a decent impression because he doesn't really do a lot. He's just thinking a lot. And he was a
Well, yeah,
beekeeper in a
now
full beekeeper outfit. That was the movie. I'm a beekeeper.
It's
I'm a
also just a funny take on a kind of a badass guy in a movie where he's talking in metaphors or something.
Yeah,
I'm
the
the
way he-
beekeeper, and you're, it's just a funny character anyway. Which is then the
And he
double
goes,
bonus is it's Jason Statham.
After I sting you, I die. And they're like, wait, we die or you die? And also, so you're actually a bee in this scenario? And he's like, hang on. No, wait, go back one. I'm the beekeeper. Everyone, we understood that part. That part we got. But that's really most of his lines in the movie, because it turns out a beekeeper, other than he tends to actual bees in the movie, all this, then if you're a super badass FBI guy, you're a beekeeper. They don't really say what that means. That means that's just the best of the best.
Oh, it actually a thing.
A thing.
I'm a beekeeper.
But then he goes and leaves and he hides and retires, but he kind of likes the attention because he's actually a beekeeper. So they're like, wait, you're not the beekeeper from the FBI. He's like, why would you think that? Well, you're dressed like a beekeeper. You could do anything else. Work at a bowling alley. I don't know.
I'm a beekeeper.
Yeah.
I keep bees.
Uh-huh.
I keep bees in a keeping place.
Yeah.
A keeping place? What do you mean? Where bees live.
You don't know that much about being a beekeeper because you already don't know really where you keep them. He just likes the
I want to
title
just be that
beekeeper.
guy. I'm just going to call for a restaurant. We'd like a reservation. We'd like 4 seats, and I know how to get them.
Okay,
even if
what's the
you
name?
don't. The beekeeper.
Oh,
And I'd like a plate
okay.
of fresh bees, fried bees.
I don't know where this is Tower Bar. We don't have okay, well, we can find something. We have honey packets.
We'll find something for you. Yes, I like honey packets.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Beekeeper. All right,
All
our
right, let's
final
get
thing
into-
today is
Yeah.
Rednecky. Rednecky. We're gonna watch a few of these. Or I guess we'll read them.
You're gonna read them, and if you can read those, Dana, I already see it's almost too long. But go ahead.
I can read them. Yeah. Well, this is from Spence Camp. Thanks for submitting here. And I always start. I'm Rednecky, the redneck comedian. I'm reading this cold. Preacher told me folks is talking because I'm married to a minor. I said, hell, she come down with the black lung when she was 8. She ain't set foot in a mine in 3 years. Come on, gets home.
Oh, a minor.
That
Okay.
one you will want to trunk down a little bit, but I get the joke. It had a
I
real
didn't even
joke
get
in
it. I had to read it twice.
Yeah.
But it's
Okay.
my
Here's
fault.
Philip Hirsch. Let's see. Okay. I'm Rednecky, the redneck comedian. When I kissed Mama, she said I kissed like Papa. I told her that's what Sister said. Come and get some. Well, as an incestual thing, that's not
Yeah.
bad. It's pretty tight.
Sounds like a
yeah,
porn
yeah.
I just watched.
Okay. Come and get some. Can go either way. J Dubs is the name for our next submittal. I'm Rednecky, the redneck comedian. Last night there was a knock on my door. I said, who that? They said, yo, mama. I said, which one? Come and get some.
He's got 2 moms.
Why was it which one? He has 2 mamas?
I don't get it.
Okay.
Actually, they're
Not
funny.
bad. I like
don't get it.
these.
Yeah,
Keep
that was
them
funny.
coming. Here's 2 to show you how hard it is. Here's 2 quick ones that I
Yeah.
wrote. This is Rednecky, the redneck comedian. My mama wrote a cookbook, how to eat like a swamp rat. Come and get some.
How to eat like a swamp. So
Okay,
you eat like
well,
the
the
swamp
long
rat
one.
eats- Go
Well,
ahead.
I should have started with this one that's too long. I'm Rednecky, the redneck comedian. I asked my mama what's for dinner. She said hot sizzling mud bugs topped with a dozen live crawdads and smothered in swamp sauce. Come and get some.
You
Too
should
long.
say what? You should say, "What is it? My birthday? Come and get some."
Well, the whole thing is come and get some, and you can elongate that. Okay. My dentist, I'm Rednecky, redneck comedian. My dentist told me my teeth were green and brown. I said, great, just like my daddy. Come and get some. They're hard.
They're hard.
Today, the submittals were better than the.
They all get
Yeah.
laughs because it just everything about it sounds funny.
I know, but how do I top the language of this one? I met my sister only because mama turned me down. Come on, get some.
Yeah,
You know, that's
quick.
like dun, 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 dun,
Yep.
dun. It's hard to do the short ones,
Quick,
but
incest funny.
you guys are getting close. We haven't crowned a rednecky champ yet, but
Nope.
you guys are
Keep trying.
getting close. Mhm.
And
Keep
send
trying.
some more impressions. And I guess we'll see you next week. Is that all we got or not?
Here to sign us off today is Jason Stratham.
You thought we were going, but I've always been here. I don't know if you read the papers, but I'm the beekeeper. Don't cross me. You get honey in your grill. I'll spray you with honey in your grill.
That sounds sexual.
No. Maybe I'll think of a new way. Anyway, bye for now.
Dana, wake up. This is the earliest we've ever done this.
I'm up at 6:15 every morning, but we're recording very early. This is farmers' hours. I don't want to give it a time, but it's very early. You can see that we both have drinking problems, so
yeah,
we have sunglasses on because we haven't been able to go to our dermatologist and get that sort of sponge vacuum thing they do for.
I'll be doing it. Someone in the comments said, "You drink too much. You look so shitty." I go, "I don't barely drink at all." So it might be Mother Nature.
Newsflash.
Thanks for your commentary.
If you drink heavy, you're going to get booze face, resting booze face. But if you drink light and hydrate, then let her know. I'll tell you another thing. If you like processed carbohydrates, a lot of them,
yeah,
it's
screwed.
Tough on the old epidural around the cranium. Okay, so
hey, Dana, your epidermis is showing.
Jesus, guys are doing AM things now. What is this? Good Morning America now? Jesus.
This is the cock-a-doodle-doo show. So we're doing this because we did already do Superfly Saturday in New York to give people a summary on this episode of the rehearsal, the blah, blah, blah. But we didn't do the real show.
Yeah.
So we're just doing a pickup, an intro, a few things about the live show.
Right.
And we'll probably do it again next week.
Right.
Because there was too much going on.
There was too much going on. We could only do it Saturday. And then I thought, well, how can we talk about the Sunday night 50th on Saturday?
Yeah.
And David, I remember your eyes got real big and you went blank. You're like, holy tomatoes.
I didn't even put that together.
You're like, we can't talk about what hasn't happened yet, but now it has happened. So I wasn't there. I had the flu. I was on the downside of it, but I still didn't have the oomph to travel. Wasn't recommended. So you went to represent our podcast. What do you got to say?
The most questions I got about it, I'll just go through it, aside from Where's Dana, which we cleared up, was which you did want to be there and you would have fucking killed it, of course, was Ryan Reynolds and Blake being there. Why were they there? They were there because I think they both hosted. If you have hosted, you are invited. You can come to any of those events, correct?
Yes. And of course, we all know this, whatever. I don't do a deep dive on it, but there's some kind of legal action with some actor, Baldino's. It sounds like some kind of pasta place. And, I don't know what it is. I don't deep dive on it like you and Heather and Greg do, but our team, but you guys... But I thought it was kind of funny because it's been in all the newspapers. Yes, I'm from the 50s, all the newspapers. And when Ryan Reynolds said, "What have you heard?" basically tongue in cheek about it. It was a good moment.
Just that was funny.
Yeah, but of course, funny. They should go. They should go to the show.
They're like us. Just whatever's going on, you try to make a joke about it. But now listen, so they show up. I think nothing of it. I don't really even put it all together. Why are they there? I'm like, oh yeah, they host. Everyone there is a celebrity wherever you walk.
It's 400 people, and they're celebrities or old billionaires. There was a lot of walking cadavers, Civil War veterans,
actual
money.
Cadavers. There was walking cadavers. There was one foot in the grave.
Well, remember those? You'd see those old timey things, and it's 1935, and here these Civil War veterans are now marching down Times Square. These gentlemen are now 119, but fought in the Civil War, and they're in wheelchairs. It's very sad and poignant. But
you give them some applause.
We had some seniors. I would have been a senior. I'm busting myself too. Go ahead.
Yeah, someone gave me a compliment. They said I got old fast, so I said, "Oh, I I mean, I got old, and the truth is I got old the normal way, but they just said it just seems very rapid. I said, okay, thank you.
I
All right.
don't like when people haven't seen you a while and they get a scared look on their face. They don't say anything. They just
go casually, holy shit.
They just go, whoa. I like that other version of you.
What happened? Okay, so Blake and Ryan, here's my theory.
Mm-hmm.
2 theories about this whole thing that people have asked me. 1, it was funny. 2, I think Taylor Swift did not come. She came last time to the 40th, but I think they're in a bit of a snit. I hate to use these words, but I think there's a little bit of minor friction, possibly. I don't know for sure.
Oh, yeah. I should insert this before you go any further. And I know it's going to come off like a non sequitur, but I watched the 50th with Taylor.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I know. We're just friends, casual friends, and I don't really go public with it, but she had a
She's
lot
on your
to say.
couch with you? Well,
with Paula.
I think maybe there was something there. Also, there was some kerfuffle because I guess Scarlett was married to Ryan Reynolds, Scarlett Johansson, and she was all over the show.
But not all over Ryan Reynolds.
What a lovely human. She was so fun. She's a great SNL, like, borderline cast member. And she was not all over Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
I didn't put that together for the longest time, but no one actually gave a fat fuck. No one said anything. She wasn't weird. No one was weird about it. But I had read that, and I'm like, this is always written by someone that wasn't there. But anyway, we were having fun. And here's a little nug. You know Wally. I love that Wally, he always gets shout outs here. I told him that he gets shout outs a lot. He's our cue card guy since day one.
For decades. The best. And it's a sneakily really difficult job when he's timing those cards to the actor.
They're sneakily heavy. And a side note, when Tom Hanks gave his speech at the Lorne, like, toast.
Oh, the toast to Lorne.
The toast to Lorne. Seth was funny. Tina was extremely funny. And then Tom Hanks got up and he goes, this is going to be a long speech. So, and then he had Wally come out with the cue cards just in the middle of a bar and do the cue cards so he could read.
It's a good joke. Yeah.
That's a good bit. Okay. So Wally gets, not tricked, but he goes on a radio station in Australia. You know, I don't know how many press events Wally's doing.
The cue card guy goes on a radio station. What, this sounds like a novel or something.
It's hysterical. But you know how it's like, he's so sweet and naive. They definitely want to get one answer from him. So at the very end, they go, hey, by the way, what was with that Ryan Reynolds thing?
God, it just goes
Did
back
he just make that up, or was that an ad lib, or was it? And he said, oh, he had a different line in the script, and then he came up with that. And so,
well, that's sort of archetypal. It's a classic line. I guess we're going to see it. Yeah.
Right. I mean, it's such a throwaway, but because of the situation, here's what I saw. Let's see.
You're telling me that SNL's plan was not to have Ryan Reynolds poke fun at his wife's SH allegations, but it was
SA, sexual assault.
Switch it up with a little improv. I 1000% believe that. Cue Card Wally, who has been doing the cue cards for SNL for the past
Cue Card
5
Wally.
years, is on the Fifi Feb and Nick show, and he actually spilled the tea.
Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively have been in the news a lot, and Ryan Reynolds, we want to know, was that an improv or was it scripted, his little piece he did?
Yeah.
That was actually, he had a different line in rehearsal, and he pitched that to replace it. So that was his idea to do it.
He pitched that.
We wouldn't want to do anything too controversial unless they were in on it.
Why?
So yeah, that was his line. That was his idea to do it.
Right. He said we wouldn't want anyone to do something that they weren't in on, which is true. Right. Yeah. We're not there to bamboozle a host or he had to be aware.
But it was the classic. Why? What have you heard? When it was perfect.
Great.
Right.
And they didn't elaborate. They just did it.
But when you're saying this, the Baldini Lively extravaganza kind of was all over the show. I texted Lauren afterwards, wish I could have been there. And instead of talking about the show, he just goes, Baldini will now countersue. I think that Lively will probably get a new attorney. And then I said, but boy, that Tom Hanks was great. And what about that monologue with Steve? And he goes, I don't know where Ryan Reynolds is on this, but certainly they have deep pockets. So it's big at that 50th.
You know, Baldoni's Meatball Shop is still open. But I will say, Baldino, we've said it wrong literally every single time we're adding
I don't
vowels.
know. I would like. I'll say this right now: if he wants to come on and tell his side of
he
the
can tell
story,
us anything.
I would love that.
We're the new fucking Kiki Boo Boo and Pop Pop show in Australia. Nair.
We're gonna put a shrimp on a Barbie. Barbie?
So
no, Barbie.
I would say that it's also, being at the SNL thing, and everyone sort of saying, "Hey, cool, Ryan Reynolds and Blake are here." It helps.
Okay, enough of them. Now, I missed it. So what did I miss? What was the most emotional or fun? I watched the show. But I
did see Eddie Murphy. People ask me if I'm tight with Eddie Murphy. Everything bad has evaporated. I walked by him. I saw him at something, and then he was at Chris Rock's thing. I didn't talk to him, but there's absolutely no anything anymore. Everyone was cool. He was in sketches. He was upbeat. The 40th, remember, he didn't do anything.
Yeah. Tracy Morgan's impression was great.
And then he did that Black Jeopardy. I had a great seat for that one. I saw it. Hilarious. Good to see Eddie doing Eddie stuff like that. He's great at it. I walked past him on the way into the show, and he put his arm back and blocked me. And so I had to say hi and give him a hug. He was super cool. Dapped him up. Is too much lingo for you, Dana?
What is the phrase "water under the bridge"? Who started that? Maybe it was Billy Bridge or Stevie Water, but "water under the bridge" means that whole thing with you and Eddie is so over. Now you're friends. I'm tearing up behind my cool shades right now.
We were friendly. We should have taken a picture because it was fun to see him. And then there was no weird vibes at the show.
Okay,
it was all good.
sketch of the night. Blink.
Sketch of the night. Oh, that's tough. I liked a lot of different things. I liked Amy and Tina going. Am I being too political?
No,
I liked Amy and Tina going into the audience and Q&A. They're always funny to me. When you see the script and it says audience Q&A and there's 35 celebrities listed in the cast that are in it, that's so fun because Peyton Manning's doing one joke. Everyone flies in for one joke. It's great. And some hit really big. I thought the combo of Lovitz's joke, which is funny that he's sitting at so far away he's in the American Girl store. That's
good.
Hilarious. And then he goes, I'm not mad. I'm just saying.
I just want to know why.
Yeah. So
I think
fun.
was So Tina
really
and
hilarious.
Amy are great writers. Super likable.
And then they come back and she said, "Oh, we gave that seat to Julia Louise's,
well, here,
emotional support
I
dog."
felt bad that I couldn't go because I think that Mike and I were supposed to do Wayne's World. So I was glad, and I thought that Linda Richmond, the Coffee Talk woman, came out and really scored, and we talked about it. And I said, Miles Teller was kind of nice looking, playing it very real with them, and they're the Long Island, Amy and Maya.
They were funny,
then Linda Richmond comes in like this neurotic, like crazy person, and he's landing all his hooks, and they're playing it kind of straight. They're trying to understand this crazy character. So I thought that landed very nice. So I was happy about that for letting.
Mike got a good score in there. And, it was good because it was, and Wayne's World would have done great, but it was fun to see that because the show was bloated out to about 320.
320. Yeah. Wayne's World would have done great. I would have been really happy to do it, but I couldn't make it.
Yeah. Garth looks sickly. I saw him the other day at the mall.
The Garth? Garth Brooks?
No, your Garth. He's like,
oh, my God.
He's just walking around. He's at the comic book store.
He just got pubes, man, so leave him alone.
He's a guy alone. You know what was one I would have edited out? And this is a ballsy take.
Uh-oh. Hot take.
Are you ready for fucking front headlines?
Edit.
I would have lifted the Belushi at the end.
That just made me sad.
It made me sad, and Paul McCartney had to follow it.
Great, because Tom Schiller was a great little filmmaker. He did some cool stuff, but in that moment, I felt a little sad. And
well, first of all, Bill Murray's there. He's watching all his friends. If we were there and we see people that we were super tight with, and they're all passed away, it just it's heavy for me. And didn't know them all. And then it just makes the whole place go, holy shit. Now, that was a big, famous video they shot for like
little
the
short
first or
film,
second.
Tom Schiller Vision.
Maybe the first or second or third season, right?
Yes. Yeah. And it was
Early
cool. And Belushi was really good in it. It just was sort of a left turn after Scared Straight. And Debbie Downer, every time I see it, I'm happy. And the reason I get so happy is that the sound effects start to change over time.
Yeah.
And
I actually wanted more. I wanted a foghorn.
Wood chopper.
Also, I wanted to hear birds coming in. While they push into her. Just anything stupid.
Oh, anything. That's great. We always love to see that. And Rachel, she's great. Now, what do you think? Chevy at the beginning, because I know some of the people he was listing, top 10 update. He did say in not any particular order.
Oh, you're talking with Bill Murray?
Bill Murray, sorry. Did I say Chevy? Oh, Bill Murray.
Well,
not in any particular order. Chevy was on there, but we saw our friend Dennis was on there.
Oh, on the weekend update.
Update. Bill Murray, top 10 update, guys.
My first Bill Murray story, before I tell you that, was they put you in the audience and you look at your placards. During rehearsal, you see where everyone's going to wind up sitting, and you go, oh, that person's here. Oh, they're coming. And then I was over here. I told you I was nowhere near you. And then when I went to the show, they go, your place is different. And it was front row next to Bill Murray. And in front of Meryl Streep, Marty Short. I was like, oh, this is great. And Brandy Carlisle to my left. So I go, this is super fun. And they do it. And then Bill Murray's backstage. But when we go out, it's 3 minutes. And they're like, oh, he's not out there. So bless his heart, seat filler comes in. They do a joke about Bill Murray to cut to him is the point of it. And the camera guy goes like this. And he goes, I see him on the headset. He's like, he's not there. And they put the camera. I'm like, oh, what a bummer.
There's two people there I would have actually sheepishly went up to with pen and paper and said, excuse me, could I get an autograph?
Right.
That would have been Meryl Streep and Brandy Carlisle. Those would have been two people I wanted. I don't ever do this, and I don't want a picture. I want a signature. So I thought Meryl Streep it was so fun to watch her in the abduction alien sketch next to Kate McKinnon. Because she was having so much fun. And when it ended, you could see she was on a high. Because she's done everything, but has she done sketch?
Never hosted.
Never hosted, yeah. Maybe Streep will now. I guess her and Martin Short are friends. We don't know.
Friends with Benny's.
I want to hang out with Martin Short as much as I could, actually.
Yeah. What if they are together? Fun. Because remember, we all went to the store. We all went to the Comedy Cellar that night. And what a fun thing. It's fun. Those two look like a blast.
Well, Martin, I don't know her. I just know she's a genius, but she's also seems very real. And Martin Short can go from serious, dramatic, profound to funny in a flash. So if you're at a party and you sit next to him, then you're just happy. He's not always on, but he can be on.
She seemed very lighthearted. And I love seeing Nicholson there.
That was very cool.
It's like a tearjerker. Like, what a freaking movie star.
Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Sandler.
Ladies.
Hey, thank you. Oh, well, thank you, Jack. So I'm doing Sandler in his real voice, not the. And his song was great and very emotional. That teared me up.
Yeah, unreal.
6 years, Jan.
Gave props to everyone.
Yeah.
Got a standing ovation.
Yeah. The only standing O with our friend Sandman. Just saying. But it was emotional and well written. Dan Bula on the keyboards.
Yeah, of course.
Adam's right-hand man in music.
You know what I do like about this whole thing, Dana, is aside from Bula is great. I didn't mean to cut you off there. When you see a host like Adam Driver, who I don't know from Adam, I don't know this guy.
Literally.
He's just a big star. Seems kind of quiet. He just comes, everyone comes and just says, hey, if you want to put me in something, if not, I'll sit in the audience. This will be a fun event. And they go, this is how it works. They write a sketch. They wrote that New York musical sketch, and they go, hey, Adam Driver, you're here. Do you want to play a hot dog? And he goes, yeah. And puts on a hot dog costume, goes out there. Maya's a syringe. I didn't even figure out she was a syringe, and I was in it. It took me till the very end, because I took a picture of her. Oh, I never posted that one, Heather. I should have. Maya being a syringe was so funny. She's backstage. Like
Yeah, it was a little dark, but those things are so much fun. I love Nathan Lane, my old buddy from the Mickey Rooney Show.
Cocaine and vodka.
Coming out.
Cocaine and.
I'll just say this for Inside Baseball. When you're a movie star, you're in your trailer most of the time.
Vodka.
You go out, you do 20 takes or something. It's so slow motion. And then you go here and it's live and you're dressed like a hot dog. It's just a rush.
And everyone's laughing during your take instead of after. When you're in a movie, you're not allowed to make any noise.
Yeah.
And everyone's high-fiving you and you're just running into people you don't even know. And they're like, hey, I saw you in this.
Yeah. So,
but he was cool. He was also a score. I was telling you earlier when Julie Louise has her seeing eye dog, or the dog's blind, and she goes, he's getting weird vibes from Adam Driver next to him. The energy in Adam Driver's like this. Just staring, just not playing it too big, just staring off.
No, that guy
because everyone says he's got a weird vibe. It's so funny.
Look it up. It's not probably on Amazon Prime. You can look up Ferrari. He was so brilliant.
Was he good in that?
Well, he was ridiculous in that. I mean, it's a kind of a dark movie, but that guy's brilliant. So to see him do live sketch, I think he had a time of his life,
Cool, dude. We will wrap it up because we got the actual podcast. But other than that, good. Kevin Costner was just there at rehearsal, just watching. They wound up putting him in the audience just because he was coming to the show. He went to rehearsal. He was at Chris's. So he felt right into the mix. And
Costner just looks cool. He just always looks cool. I don't know what.
He looked cool. He looked like someone from Young Guns. He's just standing inside. He's very comfortable. Like you can talk to him and he's very nice. But if no one's talking to him, he's okay just being by himself, just staring, watching.
Oh, if you talk to him, so I don't know if people know this. Like he's an inventor. He loves movies. Don't get me wrong, but he'll talk about. He had stuff for when the Gulf of Mexico, now the Gulf of America, there was an oil spill, and he has proprietary technology to do that. So he's like an inventor as well as a producer director. So Dancing with Wolves was good. Go out on a limb.
That was fine. That was fine.
Yeah, wolves were not dancing.
I'm a movie reviewer. It would be nothing without the wolves. Okay, that's it. So let's leave it at that. And now we're going into the real podcast that we already did, and we'll tell you about the rehearsals and all the other fun. Yeah.
Now this is like sort of a trippy one because now
it's so complicated.
Hear us talking and not before the actual 50th. So this is a little Twilight Zone, a little Rod Serling for you. So don't get thrown.
Okay, thanks, and we will see you on the other half of this podcast.
God save the Queen.
So the sports book Born in Vegas, Dana, is our friends over at BetMGM, which you can always tag them and follow them. BetMGM NBA Fast Break free to play. Now see here.
Now, what you have to do is log into BetMGM every day and play new Fast Break basketball game for your chances to win prizes. David?
Am I reading this right?
Am I reading this right? My words, not yours.
All you need to do is log on to BetMGM, head to the promotions page, and fire up Fast Break to find yourself on the b-ball court.
Play Fast Break for your daily shot at boost tokens, bonus bets, or bonus spins.
BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. This promotional offer is not available in Mississippi, New York, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. for New York, 877-8-HOPE-NY. Or text HOPE-NY. That's 467-369. For Arizona, 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023.
New and existing customer offers. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary and expire in 7 days. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
Okay, so Dana, I'm here at a hotel.
Let me guess. The Four Seasons.
No, I'm not going to tell everyone.
I'm just going by the wallpaper. Well, does it matter? This
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's over. Well, I'm here during the SNL weekend, and I will walk you through the steps. And we're only on, just to full disclosure, Saturday night. Is that what it is? And the show is Sunday night. So this is airing Fridays. This is a little ahead, but people will know I'm not giving spoilers because it's over already.
Right.
Right.
And for me, I had lingering effects from the flu, cough, and fatigue. So I was told not to travel. So I couldn't make it. But if I had made it.
Yeah, I saw where you were sitting in the audience. I was like,
oh, that little placard.
Yeah, they don't even put us. We're not even near each other, which is the worst thing.
Well, yeah. Isn't John Lovett? We're past tense now. Didn't John Lovitz and Kevin Nealon sit together?
We don't know. Half the fun we were saying is looking where they put all the placards. You're like, holy shit, this is going to be. I was eating my Caesar salad and I realized I was in Meryl Streep's seat, but we'll show a picture of that. I'll send them a picture, Heather. And so just now I got back from rehearsal. They put me in a line in a sketch. So it is the longest sketch.
It's not the Californians, was it?
No. I'm thinking of the 40th. This is Mulaney. And I'm like, I don't even have to read it. Mulaney and Colin Jost wrote it. I love it.
Let me guess. They did a big Broadway show.
Yep. It's singing.
Yeah. That's he did one when I was there in the fall. It was very cool. A lot of moving parts. I think a bus came in, Bowen Yang came out. It's like,
yeah.
And Pete Davidson is always there at the beginning.
And I'm with Pete Davidson at the beginning. So we're by a hot dog cart, and we're basically saying, hey, we're new to New York. It's 1975. We're artists and we're excited to. And John's like, don't you know that it's New York? And you read the screen, it's 1975. No one wants to be here. The city's trash at this point. Dangerous. So we're trying to figure out, he kind of walks us through. He goes, I'll let New York speak for itself. And then, someone comes out as a hot dog and
yeah. I've seen them. They're very entertaining and really, really produce big kind of number.
We're over on the side, and I go, don't squinch us over here. But then it moves to, I think, Maya.
Yeah.
And
it takes up multiple sets in space. Yeah.
You go, us, Maya, Adam Driver sing. A lot of people can sing. I think you can sing too. I don't really sing, so luckily I'm just
No, I'm not. Not Maya can sing.
Maya can sing. A lot of these girls. Kristen Wiig is there. I love. She. I never see her. I never see her out. So a lot of fun to see her. She sings. It's funny. Scarlett Johansson, just the most random group. That's the fun of having people back like the 40th. You just throw people in. I think Billy Crystal's in it. I think Nathan Lane.
Well, that's the kind of sketch that you could really put a lot of people in it.
Yeah, just cram them in.
Yeah, everybody gets. You could just think of, he'll do this, she'll do that.
Everyone gets to laugh. And so I just ran home and just walked on here because our run through for our sketch was, what was it, 4 hours, I think? At least, yeah. And that's long for a rehearsal, 4.5. So we got there. I had to use Heidi Gardner's dressing room. When I got in there, because there's a shortage.
Yeah.
So I go in this dressing room and I go, is this someone's dressing room? They're like, yeah, it's Heidi's. I was like, well, that's nice that she's cool. I feel bad. And then I see a gift bag, and there's also one for Ryan Reynolds. And they're like, oh, he's using it right now, but his sketch is done. So he and Blake are leaving, and you take over now. So if he comes back in, he'll just grab his gift bag. So when I'm leaving, of course, I have to do a bit. He's signing something, and I go behind him and go, wait, are you getting paid for this? And, big laughs by the page desk. And then said hi, and then we talked for a second. Then I went in and waited for our sketch. But really fun rehearsal day.
Did you use your time in New York City around all these talented, famous people to pitch them coming on one of us.
You know what? I didn't. Because
I know, it's so awkward.
It's so awkward, but a lot of people have seen it. A lot of people say we saw it, you know, and they listened to it or whatever. Everyone's very cool. You know, one of the cool things was when I was waiting to go on, I saw just Kevin Costner standing in 8H just watching. And so naturally I just go chat him up, but he's just like, yeah, I'm not in the show. I'm just checking it out. I said, hey, if Yellowstone needs a punch up, we get some big fucking laughs in there. We got some big set pieces we can do.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. I'll tell you a little 1 minute story. So
sounds like
a while back, I was doing I don't know, Bob Costas charity event in St. Louis. For whatever reason, I don't demand anything, but I was doing a corporate in Texas, and Bob Costas provided a private jet for me to St. Louis.
Great.
And then it was going to take me home. So then we do the show, and Costner's there with his band, and he's really good. He's like a country western band. I go, your songs are, it came up, it was catchy songs. He goes, catchy? He thought maybe it was a diss. Catchy? What do you mean catchy? Well, catchy's good. That's the Beatles are good. But then we're at the after thing, we're at the table having fun talking and stuff. And it came out that I have a private jet. It was a Citation 10, brand new, taking me back. At that point, I was living in the Bay Area. So I said, you should jump on. Yeah, for sure. So for about 2 hours, he was coming on the jet. It was going to be really fun hanging out with him.
Oh my God, how fun.
And then the guy came over, whatever. Somebody came over and said, oh, sorry, the jet can't drop you off in Napa, California, and then take Kevin to Santa Barbara.
Why
so
not?
Then it was a big womp womp. So but then this is the part where, and I was like saying, yeah, but we could drop him off. You know, I was just kind of embarrassed in a way. Why do I have a jet? Fucking Kevin. And then he was so cool about it. No, this doesn't matter. It's fine. Yeah. He was just, and not even for 1 second, 1 millisecond did he go, what, that guy getting a jet? And I'm not. So anyway, that's a showbiz story right there.
Oh yeah. I saw a clip of Yellowstone the other day. He goes, hey, Rip, hire someone here and don't hire some sissy. Like, okay. Then they hire a girl that's like sort of a redneck girl. That's the only clip I just saw.
There is no more alpha male show, and it was a sleeper. It built the whole Taylor Sheridan empire. Now we have Landman. But when I first started watching Yellowstone, because I love that. I was bullied as, I was a little kid. So I love the idea, you and me are going to tussle. You want to throw down, come on. Every guy wants to beat the shit out of someone else for just looking at him the wrong way.
Yeah, I love
You're talking to me, I'll talk back to you with my fist.
I'll beat your fucking ass. Yeah, he has a cool gruff voice in it. Love Costner. I love we're talking about Costner, the only guy that is not in the show. But he is cool, and everyone needs to understand that it's really fun to see him in the real world. I'm going to do a Dana and hold this. Hey, folks, what's going on? A little crowd work?
Yeah, do a little. Hey, folks. Have you tried the veal?
You guys married? Here's what I do when I do crowd work. I go, they always have shitty appetizers. So I go to a couple. I go, what'd you guys have there? Chili bites? And they're like, no, I let them answer. What'd you guys have? And they're like, oh, hot dog, mini wieners. And I go, no, that's not a good one. Hey, what'd you guys have there? I'll do it to you, Dana. And then you say,
what do I say?
You say pizza bite.
Well, normally they're having pizza bread or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, say pizza bread. Okay. Hey, you guys together? Yep, say yes.
Yep, yes.
What are you guys having?
Pizza bread.
Oh, anniversary or something? Anyway, then I walk over here.
So the joke is for an anniversary, they're just having pizza bread.
Yeah, no. And I look around. I go, "What'd you have? A big pretzel? Oh, anniversary, birthday, or something?"
My my go-to is this. I think it was great. I just want to know.
Great, thank you.
If you use this joke, we're going back to the 80s,
and I will whatever you say.
It changed. Heckler heckles, right? Okay. So heckle me. Hey, I'm Dana Carvey, and what's going on? Hey.
Oh, hey. What? Bring on the last guy.
Hey, man. I don't come to Jack in the Box and bother you when you're working.
God, applause.
It would kill. And you know what the 2025 one is?
Yeah.
I don't come to your job and slap the dick out of your
mouth while you're
you know
working.
that one. That
Oh,
always
it's-
kills. A little
Listen.
X-rated for me, though.
Yeah, it's a little Dana. You can work clean. You and Nate Bargatze.
No, Nate is perfectly clean.
Oh, I will tell you one more story before we get into it. I land. I run into Anya Taylor-Joy on the plane. On the flight. Yeah, she was on the flight with her husband. Cool dude. I love her. Very cool to see someone like that dressed like a London, like suede shorts or something. She looked great. Anyway, so blah blah blah. Go eat by myself when I land, and there's nothing the first night. So Chris Rock talked about maybe we'll do a set or we'll go do stand up or something. Why not? So I get there by myself. I eat at Houston's. I know it's not New Yorky enough.
Yeah.
But when I was in Houston, I ate at Manhattan's.
Good night.
So
try the wine. Try the view.
So I go, so Nate Bargatze is in town, and I forgot to see that he was here. And he said, hey,
Nate Bargatze, is he a Nazi? He's not, but it rhymes. If it rhymes, you got to say it.
Exactly. It's funny. So then Nate says, I'm at this comedy club. You want to go do a set? And I said, yeah. What about the Comedy Cellar? And he said, we'll go there next. So I met him. We drove to the Comedy Cellar. On the way, Rock is in bed. It's not that late, but he goes, I'm just laying around. I go, you want to come out? If you go to the cellar, I will. And I go, okay. So we go to the cellar.
So he's almost asleep. He's in pajamas. And if he goes to a certain comedy club, he gets up, gets off his slippers.
It's like 10:30. So he puts on this beanie, comes down. So then we go, and you have to bump everybody. And that's the hard part. So Leslie Jones is on, I think. So they already have a good lineup. And then I go, Nate, why don't you go up, bring me up. I'll bring Chris up.
So you're going to follow Nate.
There's no winning. Leslie's hard to follow. Nate will fucking kill.
Leslie's hard to follow. She's a pistol. She's a
She goes, I did your favorite crowd work. I go, oh yeah. When she was on the podcast, we talked about crowd work.
People that are civilians, quick insert, and I talked to some people today, they think crowd work is the bravest, hardest thing any stand-up could do. They just think, would you ever, I saw this guy, Matt Rife. He did his whole thing was crowd work. That was amazing. Do you think you could do that too, or you'd be too scared?
Could you ever?
Well, you don't have to write any material, and you record 5 shows. Matt is great at crowd work, but it is kind of nice. Material is hard. But go ahead with your story.
Yeah.
So you're down at the cellar. You're following Nate.
I'm not a crowd work guy, but it's actually too hard for me. I would get lost. You got to go. This couple is here, and why don't you go home with them? And if you really are in that vibe, it fucking kills. It's great. So anyway, and so this is all one show, right? So I go, oh, they're getting a pretty good show. And then they go, oh, are you kidding? You know who was just on before you that popped in? Mulaney, Steve Martin, Martin Short. So it went those 3, Leslie, and then us 3, and that's just one show.
Okay, hold on. You're blowing my mind. Are you saying that Steve Martin got up and did stand-up at the cellar?
Yeah, practice stuff with Martin. And then Marty got up with him.
Oh, with Marty. Yeah.
They said he got up alone. I saw a picture of him alone up there.
Oh, I see. You think, okay. All right. Well,
seeing Steve Martin do in a club would be, the end all and be all. Because growing up with Steve Martin and listening to his albums, knowing every move from the albums, picturing it, just so cool.
I just reread his book. It's the second time I read.
Oh, right. You were talking about that.
Yeah. So
it's called Standing Up, Life Standing Up, or what is it called?
A little bit of his childhood, but basically him starting out in Disneyland and then Knott's Berry Farm.
Was he a magician or something?
Yeah. Magician and a magician comedian, and then eventually comedian or deconstructing stand-up. And they show you in the book, it's kind of cool, his notebook and his notes.
Oh, wow.
And he wrote in there, when the tricks don't work, it's funnier. So like being a bad magician. So it's really an interesting look into the mind.
Well, listen, Steve Martin, can't do any better. Martin Short, just picture those crushers, them Mulaney.
God, and then you got Leslie Nielsen, and then you waltz in there.
And
then little David, and then you come in and crush.
You know how it is. They always give you big applause. They go crazy. And then you start talking like, what the fuck?
I hate that. Did they give you like, let's keep this going? This guy's everywhere. One of the funny. Did they give you the big booming intro?
Well, it was Nate. It was Nate. So he was pretty cool about it. And then
he introduced you. Yeah.
With Chris, I was just like, okay, I'm done. Well, here's Chris Rock. So they go crazy, but Chris goes, lower your expectations. Because there's really almost no way you can try new material. And I wasn't ready. I've been on the movie so much that I haven't really done it. So I'm like, wait, I got a little buzzed at dinner and I'm like, I don't want to go on. Then I got there and I go, I'll do a couple. Here's the best joke of the night for me.
All right. This is what I want to hear.
This is to the manager before I go on. Unfortunately, it's obviously not on stage. Was I?
Yeah, but now it's going to beam out on this podcast. Go ahead.
Yes, this is a joke that will be funny to comedians. They said, okay, so Nate's bringing you up. You bring up Chris. I go, great. I go, how long's Nate doing? They go, about 10. They go, how long are you going to do? I go, I'll do about 12, 14. And they go, okay, when do you want the light? I go, give me the light at 30. Because obviously every comic just stays forever, but they act like they're not going to go on for a long time.
I know if the crowd's hot, but let me ask you a question. This is Inside Baseball Alert. You can put up a chyron, Greg.
Okay.
I don't like to get a light because I never see the light go on. I'm just not looking in the right place. Okay. So at one point I look up and the light's on and I wonder how long has it been on?
I get it. Yep.
And have I gone over and didn't know it? So then I panic, I get quiet, I drop the mic and I kind of slump off and it's like, one clap.
Yeah. If they say, for more Inside Baseball, if they say, we'll give you the light, you're headlining, right? We'll give you the light at 45 to 50. Okay. And like you said, you don't watch on, you're like, I feel like it's time. And then finally you see like a flicker, guy's got a candle. I'm like, wait, I should have said, what's the light? Because usually it's a flashlight directly in your eyes going, pow, pow. Or just turned on
so
off.
A guy lit a candle?
So someone's like got his watch on and he's blinking it one time at a club. And I'm like, he goes, I gave you the light. I go, that was the light? I thought
your Apple Watch?
Yeah. I was like, I thought you're
400 feet away?
Yeah. I'm like, we got to figure out what the light is because like you said, I did a corporate and they said, do this much. And there was no time on this. There's supposed to be a timer on the stage, like a small clock over here. And then I don't have my watch on. Now I'm just fucking free balling and raw dogging. And I'm like, I think this is my act. This is about the time. But you go 1 minute under, they can say, didn't do your time per the contract.
Okay. Here's another Inside Baseball Alert. They ask you sometimes at corporate dates, they got a big clock.
Yeah.
Do you want it to go from 0 to 60?
Oh,
or 60 counting down?
Great one.
And when it's counting down, I get kind of nervous.
I can't do it.
Weird.
You know why? Because I can't remember which way I said.
Yeah.
So it says 22 minutes. I go, wait, have I been on?
38?
Yeah, have I been on? And then I go, how much more is 20? I say just count it up. So I know when it gets to 50 or 60, I'm done. But
yeah. Don't do any math.
Counting down is rough because I can't tell how much I want.
I had one gig fairly recently, casino, maybe 1,500 people. They're packed. A friend was with me opening, Larry Bubbles Brown. We go backstage, nobody. We go up the stairs nobody. We look out the audience, hub, bub, bub, bub. It's 8:00, ready for the show. Nobody.
What the fuck is going on?
Hello, is anybody? Do we just start? Do we start? Nobody. And then we see up these stairs behind this thing, this vague light. There's a guy sitting up there, a silhouette of a guy. So we climb up the stairs and we sort of knock on the window, and he's just like surfing the web, looking over his shoulder. Oh, what? Okay. It's starting any time. It's like 15 minutes late. That's only happened once. It was very interesting.
Well, they didn't even let the audience in yet.
No, the audience is in, just talking, just going 8, 10. But the mic wasn't on backstage, and nobody was there. Just nobody backstage. So this is the terrifying part for you people out there going, I'm going to try stand up. This is the stuff that can happen.
I was thinking of those. I was going to tell you about the government spending that's in the news, and how I saw Kennedy, our boy, going through it, and it's funny anyway. And then he always acts so casual and
he
quizzical.
is the greatest show on
So
television.
unreal.
It's like Andy Griffith from Matlock Lives. You can't even believe he's a senator.
The aw shucks senator.
Aw shucks, he's shuffling papers and everything is slow motion and really clear. This is exactly what he said. It's not a bit. He goes, my friends on the other side of the aisle, this is about taxes, always ask, who's going to pay more? Who's going to pay more? But they never ask, where the hell did the money go to? Your words, not mine. So he is just so funny listing off all these agencies and all these quirky expenses.
I read through this and said, can I have a puke bucket? He literally said that. I need a puke bucket because
this is
12.6 million on finding a cure for monkeys with dandruff. With dandruff in Indonesia?
$5 million to find out whether frogs like the way they look. Excuse me. Do frogs even see?
Is it for mirrors? Because I can get you a better deal on a mirror.
This is from the NIR, National Institute of Research. These are real. $800,000. Do dogs think we should all walk on fours? 800,000.
6.9 million. Are dogs bothered when we pet them?
$1.5 million. Do red ants know they're red? Why? Why do ants have to know the color?
1.2 billion. That's a B. For men to find out, are blue balls a real ailment? Or is it just a hoax?
The funniest part is the specificity of the number.
Yeah.
Because it seems real. $2.7 billion to the NRI is an orgasm similar to a sneeze. $2.8 billion.
And I hate to pull the plug because you might have almost figured that one out at this point, but you didn't get there yet. We're still paying.
We have to escalate.
Yeah.
$6 billion to find out if the name pickup truck encourages casual sex. In the
72, am I reading this right? 0.81 billion to find out if Miley Cyrus is still talking to her dad because he's a drinker.
Okay, here's the other one.
Can we call her?
$3,200 to the NIR.
Yeah.
Why do teenage girls say the word like so much? Like we went there, like we did that. $3,200 of taxpayer money.
1.6 billion to find out if you ghost someone, it's related to the paranormal. Now, this feels like a waste.
$420,000.
Oh, it's lower.
Taxpayer money. I like to mix it up.
Yeah, I like it.
The man who invented the idea of calling someone being assaulted mugged was actually drinking out of a mug when he thought of that term. 427.
Let me get this straight. $182.
What?
So David Spade can get some more crowd work? That's all it takes. Give him more.
$1.58 to pay people on the street to remember in the moment what was the name of David Spade's last Netflix special.
Oh shit! I don't have any more. I can't. Think
No, that was a good one. Go with. They'll mix
Those
it
are
up.
funny.
Well, it's hard to exaggerate. This is just for our audience. I mean, we know that some of these, USA aid thing were just so ridiculous. So I just thought the only way to escalate it is to go to like what?
Yeah.
But they're not that much of an exaggeration.
No.
With some of these things. So there you go, folks. Try to laugh.
Frog testicles. He really gets into things. It's
the
funny.
average circumference of a frog testicle.
Circumference.
$68 million. Your taxpayer money.
Have we found this out yet? Is it that much of a conundrum? Will life go on if we don't know? Give me my puke bucket.
I like the puke bucket.
It is funny. He goes, it's the best is when he goes, we spend $82 billion helping countries that hate us. Can we spend nothing and they'll still hate us?
I know. All this stuff is slow motion country logic. We give away $1 trillion to organizations that want to blow up Greenland just so Trump can't call it the red, white, and blue land. That's the name they actually want for Greenland.
No.
Yeah, we're going to call it red, white, and blue land.
We can brainstorm a better. No, Gulf of America. It's a little hacky, but I'll take it.
Yeah.
But red, white, and blue land is really like third grade. Come on.
It's hard to say. Red, right, blue land.
Red, right.
Red,
it's like
ribbon,
saying
blue
Silent
land.
Live. I can't believe for all those years I said Silent Live.
I called it Even More America. So that was my name for it.
How about charge for it and call it America Plus? Like they do on Apple Plus.
57,000 Inuit Native Americans from Greenland occupy.
They don't even have a Costco.
Yeah. They live in a very primitive manner. We can make them millionaires, and perhaps they do our bidding.
Yeah. Okay, let's go to some stories or something, and then
before it's
Spade's
too
got to
late.
take a shower because I'm like so gross.
Are you going? Well, we'll talk about it.
There's something for Lauren tonight, but it's also Rock's birthday. So it's his 60th birthday. So
yeah.
Heather, make sure I go grab my card from Thrifty. I'll go by CVS. Okay, hang on. Violent diarrhea bug is dubbed the Ferrari of viruses. Why would you call it the Ferrari of... Well, that would be good. Why would you call it the Ferrari? This is CDC.
You would say it's not violent. It's when I think of a Ferrari, I think of fast. The speediest of viruses.
The speed of your poop going through your body. Is that what they mean? Hitting all the turns?
Well, we're still back with Kennedy. We're to figure out what to call the current diarrhea.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have nothing further, Your Honor.
Did you know what I read yesterday that sounds fake? I don't even know what it sounds like. They go, do you know what COVID stands for? And the COV, COVID-19. Oh, we can figure it out. Look it up, Heather. But they go, what's the 19 stand for? And they go, AI. First letter is 1. I is the 9th letter or something. And I was like, and they were like, woo. And on Instagram, they have music like, woo. Like they have scary music under it. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm scared. I don't get why that's scary. They said COVID is AI. I'm like, well, I don't know about that. It sounds kind of scary. It doesn't really mean anything.
COVID SARS made it seem more dark.
Oh, they say coronavirus. That's C in the V.
Coronavirus?
Virus. The D is for. Hold on.
Hang on. Here comes Heather to the rescue. It's not that riveting, but okay, we'll go to the next story anyway.
The one that still kind of denotes really hard laugh for me is still the face tilted with the tears coming out of it. You know that one? And then
That's
the
like
tears
really
are laughter.
hard laughing. Yeah.
You get 3 of those, you're still happy, but you know.
I mean, they have the straight one with tears. They have smiley.
Right, but the tilted.
That's a full.
But isn't it a little weird
seizure
when you know what you said or what you typed wasn't really that funny and you get like 10 like
That's when you know people are faking it.
Yeah, fakers.
They write back LOL. I'd say LOL as a joke of how stupid it is. Like I'll write something to someone and then I put my own LOL on it. Like I'm
Would you rather get multiple LOLs or 15 haws back to back?
I know there was a study on this. For $4.8 billion, we found that people would rather get just an LOL.
I would say many people, your experience, not mine, would rather have multiple haws because that takes more energy to do.
Multiple haws.
H-A.
No, here's a trick I do, and I've probably done it to you. I text you something, and no one says anything, so I put a ha-ha on mine. And so someone might accidentally think, oh, someone thought that was funny. And they're like, oh, it was Spade. He did it on his own.
I did this once to someone just for fun, that everything they said, even if it was straight, I would just put a ha-ha on it.
I know. It's super
and they thought I was crazy. Kept going, yeah, so we'll meet you at the movie theater. Ha-ha.
Some people put LOL just awkwardly, and it makes no sense. And it makes me nervous. All right, so I'll see you at the movies. Like, okay, LOL. And I'm like, what's...
Or heart seems a little too emotional sometimes.
What's a gray heart?
A gray heart? I have no idea.
Heather?
Gray heart?
If a girl sends a gray heart. What's purple? What's yellow is sympathy. In roses it is. I don't know. Heather doesn't know. No, she's still working on what COVID means.
Coronavirus disease.
Coronavirus disease.
So where'd they get the V?
Virus.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. For virus. COVID
disease.
Newsflash. The flu that I got, influenza A, way worse than COVID. COVID bombed this winter.
When I had COVID, I had it twice, and it was not that big a deal. If you didn't tell me there's a national emergency, I wouldn't have noticed.
The gray one.
There's gray. You just had it. White heart represents love, support. I'm doing those all wrong.
Fascinating.
The blue one means I have blue balls, right? Yeah. Okay, next one. Company offers AI company offers $200,000 for rights to your face and voice on their robots forever. Would you do it?
No, not enough, man. How about 20 million?
But what if you're a normal person? Would you say,
a regular person? They just
$200,000?
But then they can have your digital copy having pornographic sex with a giraffe. I mean, what do you mean?
Nope, we're not going to tell you anymore. Just, do you want the money or not?
Geez, this is a toughie.
This is a tough one. I think most people would say yes. They don't give a shit. $200,000 to do nothing? Let's look in the comments.
Is that net?
Oh, no. Nothing's ever net. That's the thing. When people go, how much you make? Net. I go, well, no one ever is paying you net.
Well, you're paying net whenever you pay someone in cash. People love cash, and that is net.
Who are you? Fucking, this guy's Netanyahu over here. Because you say you want it net, so they call you Netanyahu.
Okay, that's pretty good.
That's a Dennis Miller joke.
They say you want nets. I think you're like a amateur tennis player. You know?
This guy's got more nets than Netanyahu. All right, one more. Let's see what else is going on.
David just having a banana.
I'm having a banana in the middle because I'm dying. Okay, don't play this yet. This isn't a good example, but whenever I see pranksters on my page making people look stupid, throwing like a ball in their head and then looking, oh, who threw that? Prankster's life is, I look cool, you look stupid, I make money from it. I don't love that equation, Dana. So this one is just a page of pranksters where it doesn't work right. Here's one example.
Which way are you going? Which way are you going? Which way are you going?
I hate to say it's funny, but what is the joke?
It's a prank. It's a prank. So we got a prank.
And they always say it's a prank, like anyone cares.
It's a prank video. It's a prank video. It's a prank. It's a prank. We got camera right there. We got camera right there. We got cameras.
Well, then I feel like, is this a prank?
This is it.
You see the camera right there.
They always go to like gangbangers.
Well, why would you trip?
What are you bitches doing here? And
person-
everyone's like, what did you say? And then they go, hey, it's a prank. But these guys will either,
No, but
I've
he
seen
tripped
two
the
guns
guy.
drawn. Yeah. He's
tripped
trying
him.
to
The
fuck
guy
with
could
them.
have broke his nose.
Right. He doesn't, they don't think it through. They just go, this will be so great if the guy goes, hey. But a lot of people just go, I'll knock you out. You're trying to start shit. People have hard days. They don't need.
Well, you're more trustworthy than I am. I'm not saying you're gullible, but I believe the prank was actually the guy who got tripped was actually in on the prank.
Well,
maybe
usually the ones I've seen, they connect when they hit where it's.
I'd have to see that again to see because the camera was behind him. If they knew it was coming.
Dana, are they trying to trick me? That's scary.
I would want to do, if I did it at Johnny Knoxville, and other people have done it, where you're just in prosthetic makeup and you're like an old man or something asking for directions or something like that.
He does that, and he had his nuts out of his shorts, an old man, and he was going to outdoor patios, and he'd walk by slowly, and he'd graze it against their leg or table, and people go, what? Now, that was funny.
Now, that was hilarious, and that's what you call a prank, because you know what? He's not an old man. He's a very young man.
But no one's getting mad because they think he's an old man, so no one's going to beat him up. But
exactly.
It's a risky biz. All right, another one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know what this is. People cannot always be trusted. I feel like this will bomb, but let's try it.
Why you can't always trust people. Once, Sony organized a focus group with their customers to decide the best color for their new Walkman to make its launch as successful as possible. Some voted for red, others for blue, but the yellow Walkman got the most votes.
Yes.
At the end of the survey, Sony thanked everyone and told them they could choose a Walkman in any of the 6 colors they had just voted on. And guess what? Most people picked the black one. Yep, black.
So everyone said yellow's their most popular, and then when push comes to shove, they got the free one and chose a different color.
Well, they're like, I don't want yellow, but I think that's what people would like.
Oh, okay.
And then they go, but it worked.
Makes me kind of nostalgic, you know, when Walkmans came in, or the first iPod, and it was so primitive. You could upload 1,000 songs on it. The lo-fi world, there's a little bit of boomer nostalgia for it. You know,
people don't realize 1,000 on an iPod Shuffle was bananas because you could only have an album with like 6, 8, 10 songs, and you go, wait, and that was this big, or a CD, and you go, I don't even know how it works.
We had a tech guy come over our house. This is like 2003 or something, and he's doing stuff, and he's a really nice guy. And he's actually a magician. He did all these tricks for us, and then he kind of goes, "Do you like Apple products? Because I really like them. That's the only stock I invest in. I'm not a stock guy." He was just being sincere. It was casual conversation, but I just buy Apple stock because I like their products. And
that's a
he left, and I
that.
just said, "Fuck that guy with his Apple stock bullshit."
Yeah, he's had an attitude.
And now he owns part of the Carolinas.
And 2 islands in the Caribbean.
It's one of those things. Missed it by that much.
I missed it by. I got into Apple during Rules Engagement, me and Oliver Hudson, and then I got out. I can't always sit in everything. Even I buy a car, like an old car, is kind of fun. But the fun is buying and selling them. And so you drive around, you have your fun, then you go, all right, I want a different one to play with. It's kind of fun.
Expensive hobby, but you can always sell them for more most of the time.
If you have a good one that's super high quality, then you can always it's a push or you make a little.
Well,
I'll take a push. You just got something fun for
right now. What would be a surprising car from the 60s that goes for a lot of money?
Oh, those Hemi Cudas are a lot of money. They're over $1 million.
What about a Chevy Impala, perfect condition?
I mean, they go for it's the rarity usually. So the bigger the engine, the more options they have, the color of the paint.
Yeah.
They really cool stuff.
Hmm.
So I still like a lot. I like old 72 trucks now. So now here I am on Instagram talking to these truck guys going, what she got under the hood? I like that old patina paint, green or beat up blue or black. And I wouldn't mind that. What am I hauling? But I like them. They're cool.
Everybody in my neighborhood, boomer flashback, had a Volkswagen Bug, and a friend of mine got a vintage one that was just in a garage, just untouched, like a 67 red Volkswagen Bug. They're kind of nostalgic,
The shape is a big deal, like how good a shape they're in. Just like coin collecting I used to do. Nerd alert. 1916D Mercury dime. Beautifully uncirculated condition.
My brother Brad, who I play bass guitar on, talks like this. He was a real coin collector and a science type kid. So he had this fabulous coin collection with dimes and nickels and quarters, And so Scott and I, we wanted some candy. It was Saturday and we needed money. We didn't have any money. So we went into his room, found his coin collection, and took all his
Shut the fuck up.
and put them in a machine down by the puppet hound to get
That
candy
hurts
out of
me.
it. And someone found those coins later, and it made the local paper.
Oh, 1955 double D Buffalo nickel. That's some money right there.
And we got some, jawbreakers with that,
Oh.
Jawbreakers kind of sucks.
Played fucking asteroids. Bing, bing.
Played Pong at a pizza party.
Yeah, something like that.
It was one little thing going back and forth.
That was great. Pong was great.
Yeah.
I did see Michael Myers today. Says hi to you. Everyone says hi, of course.
We've been
super
texting.
fun.
Yeah.
That show last night, I'll just wrap up by saying that the music show last night was really fun.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what it would be like. I came in during Miley, who I love, and I just saw the end because I was late. I didn't even get to do the press line or anything. And then, but they had they had Will Ferrell and Anna Gass there doing their thing.
I love those two characters.
They were singing
Really
Kendrick.
funny. Yeah.
It was great. They had Lauryn Hill, who I'd never seen her anywhere.
Yeah. They, a lot of people, what I noticed on the Saturday Night Live concerts, people went for it. Like Jack White really went for it. And Brandy Carlisle is like kind of otherworldly. And Gaga's obviously as good as you can sing. But
Gaga
Brandy
doing
Carlisle
Dick in a
that
Box
song,
was really funny.
that was funny. But yeah, everyone really, man, Eddie Vedder, incredible. I mean, they all really went.
Eddie doing Tom Petty was great.
Committed.
And then he was going to be like, he played a pirate in this little sketch thing, quickie. But everybody was sort of up for anything. It was really fun. There's a lot more comedians up there doing sketches and bits than I thought. And
I did, yeah. It was
it was just fun to see. I thought it was 2 hours, so I left. And it was another hour and a half.
Yeah. Post Malone with Nirvana.
Yeah. Adam introduced that.
You just Kurt Cobain and Nirvana, as time goes on, just get shinier and brighter, where you just go, that was a moment. Those chord changes and those lyrics, they just sort of, it was grunge, but it just reinvented it, a little bit of John Lennon influence or something. But that Nirvana was huge, and it was Post Malone filled those shoes as best he could. He was amazing, really, really tough.
Yeah, look, it's super fun to see. I watched a clip this morning. I will tell you, Sarah Sherman was in that thing with me today, and she was like, "I'll come on with you guys tonight," but we didn't finish in time, and she had to get back home to get on to do it. So maybe she'll come on next week when it's a little slower, because she wanted to give us all the deets. And I saw Meryl Streep. I told you I sat in her chair, so she's doing something tonight, tomorrow, which would be great. It'll be fun. I don't know what it is. It just should be funny. And let's talk about it again. Well, it's already next week. It'll be a week after that, so it's okay. And good to see you. I will check in with you later, and I'll take a shower because everyone's complaining.
Have fun, whatever party you choose to go to.
Yeah, tonight's pretty mellow.
Must be nice to have your dance card full.
I know. I'm bored. LA is I don't do too much, so it's fun to have a couple things to do. But
Mhm.
it gets a little bit of a grind. We had a late dinner last night. It was fun. Oh, we saw Paul McCartney running around the stage today too. He's running around, just sitting in the audience. I guess he has something, but of course you walk by and go, "Oh my God, damn!"
Right up there is the most famous guy on the planet right now.
I feel like he's up there. I mean, Keith Richards, I saw his name in a sketch. So I'm like, I don't even know what he's doing. He was not there, but I'm like, I just love that he's in a sketch. Maybe he's doing a cutaway. Maybe he's doing
Mhm.
a lot. Everyone's pretty game. So good deal. All right. I will hit you later.
Hit me up
Dana.
later. Thanks.
Miss
Enjoy yourself. You know where to find me.